pen this, and if it affected somebody, Donald Trump could go to jail. No, I'm serious. These guys are cooking the books. It's such a miscarriage of justice. And when I see it happening to a man like Donald Trump, I'm just thinking, it could happen to me. Because Donald Trump didn't forge those numbers. He had appraisers that appraised the companies. And, I mean, they're trying to say Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million. Private appraisers have come out and said just the land is worth about $80 million.
Wow.
$18 million is way, way shy. Crazy. Days after a shooting at Espanola, state prosecutors argued 23-year-old Ryan Martinez is going to be charged with shooting Jacob Johns, of course, in Espanola after the protests over the Onate statue. And they're coming out, the media is coming out saying this guy was on the FBI's radar years ago when he posts things on social media. So prosecutors revealing that social media posts made Martinez a hot topic with the FBI after he posted things on social media, and they came out and talked to him and told him, hey, you can't post stuff like that on social media. So it's not like he was on their radar, so to speak. You know, with all the crime in that northern part of the state, especially Espanola, drug addiction, just sad, sad, sad little community. So this guy was on the radar. We got people that have actually been violent criminals, have been on the radar, and nothing's happened to them. But this guy is going to be charged. He admitted that he intentionally shot the guy that he shot. For anybody to believe that this was a peaceful protest, go back and watch the video. They were trying to do harm to this young man. At some point, we have the right to protect ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Go back and watch the video. Price of oil on the way this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Camp La Tall Pines. Beautiful, scenic, Mayhill, New Mexico. Lots of things for you to do and the kids to do or the family to do. I've got mountain biking, hiking, disc golf, 18-hole disc golf. It's supposedly one of the best ones in the state. They've got, of course, Stock Pond. If you love the fish, that's a perfect place for you to be. And if you're hunting in that region, need an RV hookup, not a problem. Go to the website, camptallpines.com, camptallpines.com. Call Scott and Jamie this morning. That number, 575-687-4101. Give them a holler this morning. High temperatures today, 84. Sunny, but we do have rain in the forecast coming up this afternoon. Thunderstorms this afternoon into tonight. 65 the overnight low. 83 tomorrow and a 60% chance of rain. We have rain all the way through Friday. Check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. If you got hail damage from last night, you ought to pick up the phone and call Seminole Siding. Let them work with your insurance company and get on the list first, because there's going to be a lot of people that need a roof changed for sure. Let them put you on the list. They'll get out there and check it out, and maybe you can completely remake your home. They do siding. They do, of course, the metal roofs, shingle roofs. They do windows, metal buildings. They do exceptional construction, and they would love to chat with you. Give them a call this morning, 575-391-1430, or go to SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com, SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. If you would, let them know that you heard about them on Being the Breakfast Club. Already 621, tweet of the day coming up. I went back and found the cut from Ron DeSantis on Bill Maher. We'll get to that coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105. Be on the Breakfast Club. Tom in charge of the text.
All right. So before 432 Liberal chimes in, says Tim Wakefield. I think you said Rick Wakefield. But he said Tim Wakefield and his wife, tragically had both cancer at the same time. They said this morning.
Wait. You're talking about the baseball player?
Yeah, the knuckleballer that died yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
The pitcher.
Gotcha. Yeah, and this texter says, when I first arrived in Eddy County, I rarely heard some good things of Mr. Chase, says this particular texter. He says, I think this community is really going to miss him, says the
no doubt.
texter. We have a report of a wreck that Russ and I came upon just as we got here. It is on Lovington, right there by the Lovington Country Club sign, Country Club Road, and Denver City Highway. Now, there was a two-car wreck. The ambulance was there, so do be careful as you're crossing through there. Again, this report is being brought to you this morning by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Get in touch with Luke today. Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They would love to chat with you. Unfortunately, though, they have filled every position that they had available. Every position they had available, they have filled it. And the reason they've been able to fill all these positions is because they are top-notch in the business. Yeah, their rate of pay is exceptional, and the benefit package is just simply one of the best in the industry. You can always find out more information about the company. It's, of course, greatoilfieldjobs.com, or you can text them at Oilfield 63566 today for more information. All right, looks like Pope Francis, the Pope of the Catholic Church. I went downstairs and talked to my father and mother-in-law about this. You talk about Catholics. They live and die by the Catholic Church, and say, hey, guess what? Mm-hmm. The Pope is suggesting that for the first time in the Catholic Church, that they would bless homosexual unions. They almost lost their mind when I told them that.
Wow.
The Pope suggesting that for the first time ever, that could happen. We know where the Lutheran Church is going.
Right.
And the Methodist Church has talked about going in the same direction. I am totally disappointed. And then I had almost an hour and 45-minute mass on Sunday. I almost lost my mind. Not being able to understand it's one thing, but an hour, I almost know Messiah now because the priest said the same damn things over and over. He's like 80 years old.
Wow.
I actually, after communion, I went outside because it was I just couldn't take it anymore. We're Catholics are known for 45-minute mass.
Okay.
And we're out the door. That's the way that.
As somebody who still has catechism flashbacks, okay? Because I, too, wear the scars of the Catholic Church till my adolescence anyway. But how are they ever going to how does the Pope blessing homosexual unions? I don't even.
Well, he hasn't said marry, but he said blessings. So this is the way it began in the Lutheran Church, and now we have Lutheran lesbian priest. So if we want to make it willy-nilly, great. Look, I'm not passing hate off on individuals. I'm just saying the Bible is pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
It is. All right, Henry Cuellar. Of course, Henry Cuellar making news last week because he was the representative that was with Elon Musk. You know what happened to him? Carjacked by 3 armed attackers.
I heard that.
Why are you laughing? I don't get the nervous laugh.
No, well, it's just you don't expect that to happen to him, to somebody like that.
Yeah, okay, next
laughing.
Time somebody carjacks you, I'm going to laugh about it.
Well, isn't he the Democrat that was so defund the police, less investigate?
No, not Henry Cuellar. Henry Cuellar is the only Democrat that stepped up at the border and actually released video of Joe Biden putting kids in cages. So Henry Cuellar is a Democrat, but he's one of those Democrats that walks the fence a whole bunch. And without Henry Cuellar, a lot of these crazy bills would have passed. So Henry Cuellar was carjacked. I don't know what's funny about that with the nervous tick or whatever, but 3 assailants actually carjacked him and stole his vehicle.
Man.
Glad I was able to get that off my chest.
Oh, God.
I don't know what's funny about all this. Somebody gets carjacked. Somebody has cancer.
Somebody's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you definitely are a pain in the butt. U.S. Supreme Court rejects the challenge to block Trump in the 2024 election. That happened yesterday. Historic October 2nd ruling from the Supreme Court declined to take a long shot challenge on former President Donald Trump's eligibility in the New Hampshire ballot. So you can take that, stick it in the pipe, and go ahead and smoke it. Now, I'm not saying they will not find him guilty on it. I hope they don't, but I am believing that they might find him guilty. Unfortunately, they might find him guilty. Look, they're talking about taking his businesses away from him in New York. They could do it to him. They could do it to you. Former President Donald Trump left the New York courtroom on Monday. I do have a clip from him, proceedings, talking about the judge. Went on for about 5 minutes talking about the judge, talking about 80% of the case is over. But the judge refuses to throw this out. And statute of limitations it's done. The case is done. He says, I did nothing wrong. Everybody got paid that was supposed to get paid. So who did I hurt? Don't know. Don't know. But they don't have to prove that he hurt somebody. All they have to do is prove that he affected somebody, which is pretty sad. All right, number 877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Tommy, you did the price of oil?
Yep. No, we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, well, I did the sponsor. I don't know where we went off the tracks, but please give the price of oil.
All right, the West Texas Intermediate, $88.39. Brent crude at $90.14, and the price of natural gas is $2.85.
Boy, that price of gas keeps going up.
Stop it already.
All right, on the way, we got Bill Maher interviewing Ron DeSantis. We'll get to that. And Biden talking about the crisis is over. Jesse Waters talking about the Trump case. I'll get to that and more. And Donald Trump talks. And where we're going to go with this Bowman guy pulling the fire alarm. Where are we going with that? No, I'm going to tell you, this guy will not get in trouble.
He thought he will not.
Yeah, he will not get in trouble. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. They've got extensive collection of FR jeans and coveralls, shirts, looking for hard hats, looking for work boots, steel toe boots. They've got you covered. Maybe you're super stoked about your football team. You think maybe they get a chance to go to the Super Bowl and the national championship. Maybe you want to watch that big game between Oklahoma and Texas. You want a bigger TV. You want a brand new recliner. Get in the Rig Outfitters in the home store. Talk to them about zero down financing. They're in the Broadmoor Mall, right next to Scrub Outfitters. Scrub Outfitters has the largest collection of scrubs at 100 miles. Big name brands like Dickies, Healing Hands, Metcouture, and others. And, of course, comfy shoes, compression socks. If they don't have something you're looking for, please let them know. They'll get it for you. Not a problem. They'll get you whatever you need. All right, a woman in Roswell. All I had to hear is throwing feces.
Oh,
that was enough for me. Tom, did you see the story?
No, I didn't.
So a woman in Roswell reportedly hurled feces and bit a police officer after refusing to leave the restroom at the Roswell Air Traffic Terminal building and pled not guilty in a series of criminal charges. Timothy Watt, the deputy district attorney, confirms that Sophia Solis, 30 years old, Roswell, pled not guilty to 7 criminal charges when she appeared at her arraignment at the 5th Judicial Court. That happened yesterday. Thomas O'Leary, the district court judge, set the jury case for March 19th, 2024. So She has been charged with aggravated assault of a police officer, also charged with aggravated battery of a police officer, resisting, evading, obstruction, disorderly conduct, public nuisance, criminal trespassing, and other charges. You had me when you said that she was hurling feces. I mean, that's enough for me. I mean, she ought to get life. I mean, hurling, and it doesn't say if it was her feces or somebody else's feces.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at the feces. Totally different headline. We'll get to it. I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh.
That wasn't funny, Russ.
Funny.
I've been accused of stirring the pot. I've been accused of starting feces. But throwing feces is something I've never done.
Well, you talking about when it's a fan. I mean.
Yeah, it definitely hit the fan. And she's probably not going to get out of jail for a little while.
I have something I want to read you.
Sure.
Okay? I am not changing this headline whatsoever. This is the headline on Fox. Villages man 77 faces hard time for stockpiling illegal ED drugs in retirement community.
So he was peddling the ED drugs.
He was stockpiling ED drugs, and the headline is that he's facing hard time.
Now, that is a hardened criminal. That is a hardened criminal. I don't know if he'll stand up in court.
Yeah. Either Fox did that on purpose, or there's somebody right now that's doing the headline stuff that's looking for a job.
New Mexico lawmakers asking Congress to limit the VA's ability to change the EMS and helicopter rates. So a lot of folks are very worried because the VA is going to raise the rates if you ride in an ambulance or on a helicopter. And this is one thing. A lot of people think that veterans get free health care. You know they got a copay? Yeah, our military has a copay. Don't get me started on people, foreigners coming into this country and getting free health care. I mean, don't get me started on that because our veterans have to pay. Our veterans have to pay. But every Tom, Dick, and Juan that comes across the border, they're going to get free health care. Why wouldn't we give these folks that fought for our country, why wouldn't we give them free? Why are we charging them for ambulance service?
Ain't right.
Give it to them free. Give it to them free. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. We worry more about people that have never given anything, but not paid one taxes, not shed one drop of blood for this country. And that's the people that we give to. Sad. The governor's got COVID. This is her third time, isn't she? Yeah, so tested positive on Sunday for COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. And where did she just come from?
Was it, she went out of country, didn't she?
Yeah, she was in Taiwan.
Taiwan, that's right.
Yeah. She got a little bit of COVID. So now they say that the governor should be okay. Yes, she should be okay.
Maybe she groped somebody she shouldn't have.
Yeah, she shouldn't have touched somebody. That's the problem. All right, Tom on the tax 877-396-W105 morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew. Find out more information at randallpettigrew.com. Randy is running for term number 3. Yeah, 3 terms. He is not yet finished the second term, but it's only a 2-year term. So, in this day and age, you need money to run a campaign. Sad, but true. If you'd like to donate, go to randallpettigrew.com. And if you need help dealing with anything and you're in District 61, he would be there to help you. He's one of those guys that always reminds you that, hey, I work for you. If you need help, I'm there for you. And he's also one of those guys when the governor tried to enforce a overreach of our Constitution, Second Amendment, right? He was there to slap it down with the help of other Republicans. RandallPettigrew.com if you need more information, Tom.
Well, I tell you what, I bumped into him yesterday, him and his wife Shannon at lunch, and what a tremendous couple this is as they both together. Let me tell you, both together are helping our people out here in Southeast New Mexico. So you're right. Anytime you need them.
And they paid for my lunch.
And they, well, I didn't say that. Anyway.
I'm not lying,
I just started to say the way he lit up when you said Randy Pettigrew, they bought you lunch, right?
Well, anyway.
You can tell by the laugh.
There was food involved. I can tell right now. I see the look on his face.
But anyway.
Oh, no. You can tell by the laugh.
We got cut up a lot of stuff. Hey, B's annoying, says this one text.
Oh, I'm annoying? Laughing about somebody having cancer is not annoying, but I'm annoying.
You're annoying.
Yes.
And that was funny, Tom. This one texter said, just reach over and slap the bald dome of his. He's in the Philippines,
have
man.
To reach a long way.
And on the men, sleeping with men, Sling Blade, a man not lying with another man.
Well, I mean, everybody knows where I stand. I don't care. I really don't. But leave it out of the church.
And another texter says on Mac Chase, boy, there will never be another man like him. Thank you, Mac. Rest in peace. And another texter says, what a great man Mac Chase was. And thank you for what you did for our community as well. And yes, he definitely was. He will be missed. A long time ago, my dad told me that Espanola was, the armpit of the state. I've never been there. B, you been there?
I have never been there, but I mean, I see the drug stories as I follow Albuquerque and the northern part of the state, and there's always something cooking. Always something cooking in that town.
Right. And where's Will? Asked this one texter.
He's actually working the fair stuff and trying to fix some problems that we had. Then Don texted in, he lied about the value of his property to receive larger loan. Guilty or not, he needs to go away. Guilty or not.
Guilty or not.
He needs to go away. Guilty or not. I like that, Don. You sound like all the rest of the leftists. Guilty or not, he needs to go away. That's your words. Thank you, Don.
The appraiser came in with an appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump said, okay. In many cases, the county comes in with their own appraisal. But now it's on Donald Trump. Now it's on Donald Trump. And by the way, every loan was paid off. Nobody lost any money.
And let me tell you about appraisals, and I do have some experience in this. When I sold my home to buy the property and the other things that I did, they come in and estimated what it was worth. And I kind of suggested my realtor, well, y'all say it's worth $212,000. But if I say I want $225,000, and that's the least that I will
whatever you want.
Right. If I say it's worth $225,000 and that's the least that I will take for it, then it's worth $225,000 because that's what it's going to take to buy it.
I mean, I love when people's feelings get put into the question if Donald Trump is guilty or not. Because how many times have you bought a home and they appraised it at X amount of dollars?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
I just love that line.
Donald Trump went back to the appraiser and said, hey, you're a little low. Can we get another appraisal? That happens in business all the time.
Every day.
So I don't see the issue. And by the way, statute of limitations are gone. All you try to do is pile on, and that's it. And by the way, the more you do crap like that, the more he is going to become president. Sorry for that. And then you got Joe Biden, all this crap going on. He took money from China, Ukraine, Mexico, and it's okay with you. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be very honest. If it was a Republican that does wrong, if Menendez was a Republican, I'd be calling for him to step down.
But later on today, we'll be doing a thing called Boob of the Day. just remember the line, guilty or not, he needs to go away.
Yeah. All right. We got to get into the tweet of the day this morning. I got thought of the day coming up. The tweet of the day being brought to you by our buddies at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. They're going to be racing on Saturday. Call Jamal for more information. You want to race? Call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Follow them on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. TNT and the Grudge Racing, first annual Race for Tots, coming up Saturday. That's this Saturday. Gates open at 11 races from noon to 5. Prep track, quarter-mile prep track. And, by the way, kids that are under 12 get in free. Spectators only $15. Helmet's going to be required. Anybody can race. Toys for Tots. They're racing for Toys for Tots this coming Saturday. If you need more information, just go to Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook today. Bill Maher had Ron DeSantis on.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis went on, and Bill Maher asked a question and came right back. And it was a moment that when Bill Maher asked the question and came back, like Ron DeSantis had nothing to say. Here's Bill Maher with Ron DeSantis.
Okay, why run against Trump? You're trying to thread this needle that will never happen.
Well, for a couple reasons.
You can't disavow him because that's the base, and yet you're running against him. And that's why, I mean, let's face it, Ron, if campaign was going well, you wouldn't be on this show.
Oh, wow.
That's cold. That's cold.
Ouch.
He's right. He's 100% right.
Oh, ouch. I mean,
that was bad. That was bad. All right, Joe Biden saying the crisis has ended. Here we go.
By the end of the governing crisis, it's time to end it. These constant, anyway. This agreement averts immediate crisis.
But does it? Because the crisis will continue because you guys really don't have a budget. All you have is a stopgap. So we've ended the frustration for now, but guess what? It is going to return very, very, very soon. So it hasn't ended. No, we've gotten nowhere. Jesse Waters on the Donald Trump case.
This is a financial assassination attempt.
Yeah.
They're saying it's the corporate death penalty because he has a $100 million property that the Dems say is really $50 million.
He says it's over 600.
No. They're saying like 40 Wall Street is a skyscraper.
Yep.
They got Time Warner Cable headquarters in there. They have Countrywide Insurance. It's 1.3 million square feet, Jessica. It's like one of the most iconic architectural marvels in southern Manhattan. And he's got what, like 50 tenants in there, paying the company millions and millions of dollars?
But what does he
and they're
say
squabbling over embellishment. Biden embellished his entire career. His entire career is made up. But this is a crime? He said he graduated at the top of his law school. He was dead last.
And he said he had
every story Biden says is made up.
By the way, Don, that was just for you, brother. That was just for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And Donald Trump speaked out about on the case.
This is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time. We have a rogue judge who rules that properties are worth a tiny fraction, 1/100th. A tiny fraction of what they actually are. We have a racist attorney general who's a horror show who ran on the basis that she was going to get Trump before she even knew anything about me. She used this to run for governor. She failed in her attempt to run for governor. She had virtually no polling. She came back and she said, well, now I'll go back to get Trump again.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched that. And why would they have cameras in the courtroom? That never happens in a federal court, but they wanted it there. They wanted the cameras there, and you could see the goofy judge looking at the cameras, and I think all of this is going to backfire on these guys. I really do. All right, we're going to talk about the fire alarm and the who pulled the fire alarm. Is he guilty of anything? We're going to get to that. The View chimes in on that. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service. Boom or bust. They deliver out to the patch. They offer gas and diesel. Also, interstate batteries. They deliver on-road or off-road. Go to the website, wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is there's a big difference between men's only club and a gentleman club. Men's only club. Oh, that's the guys that make the suits, right? And then the gentleman. Oh, totally different. So don't ever say you're going to the gentleman's club when you're going to the men's only club. 877-396-W105. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for cash on the way. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles. They've got shotguns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Ladies, they're encouraging you to go see them. Things have gotten so bad under Joe Biden that there's a lot of single ladies out there that can't rest, when they're home because they think something bad is going to happen. Crime is up 200% under Joe Biden. It's sad. It is so, so sad. But you need to protect yourself. They have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Find them at 1907 North Main in Roswell. Zia Guns, trade in the trade up, get a better gun. If you're a hunter and looking for a brand new rig, they can accommodate that. Find out more information by stopping in. They're in Roswell, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. Tom on the text.
All right, Mr. Chase, again, thoughts on the passing of Mac Chase. To me, was one of a kind, man, few and far apart. Happy to have heard many accomplishments. Rest in peace, Mr. Chase. And there will never be another man like Mac Chase. Thank you very much. What a great man he was, says another texter. And this one texter says, who's brave enough to carjack Tom's stinky car? Laugh out loud. Well, the tow guy towed it off last week, but the new car's not stinky at all. Just go in there. Hey, by the way,
it looked like a dumpster inside.
It did. Go LSU. Somebody's giving you some love on your team this morning, B.
I think that's sarcasm. And, hey, I bleed purple and gold. It doesn't matter. I'm not a flip-flopper. And there's one thing I'm not is a flip-flopper. If they can get that defense going, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They're number 4 in the country for offense.
Really?
They just need a defense to show up.
Huh. This one texter says, Jessica on the 5 at the network, on the Fox network, is a typical brainless Democrat. I cannot stand her. Says the text.
Jessica, and I can't think of his name, but he's actually intelligent. He's just irritating. But the young black reporter with the little round glasses and the permed hair. I can't think of his name.
Wait. A black guy with permed hair?
Well, I mean, it's not. No, it's not natural. He's got one of them. Well, I'd call it perm, but it looks like a.
It's okay.
I'm trying to describe it without getting myself in trouble because I'm white. I have to choose my words.
Put the other foot in the other mouth.
Jerry curl. There you go. He's got a Jerry curl. That's it. I couldn't remember what that's called. Anyway, both of those little Democrats are there for a purpose.
No,
they are the stupidest.
We have Tom in the studio.
Right. They are absolutely the stupidest, most irritating Democrats that Fox could find to put on there.
I concur. I mean, that's why we have Tom in the studio.
So they serve their purpose. And I call Jessica Big Bird because if you listen to her talk, she sounds just like Big Bird. So.
All right, we got the person that's going to take over for Dianne Feinstein, and she is checking multiple boxes.
Wow.
Laposa Butler becomes the first black lesbian to serve in U.S. Congress.
Wow.
She had been appointed by Gavin Newsom, and, of course, she worked for Kamala Harris back in the day. So she not only checked one box, lesbian, black, she checks 2 boxes. Unbelievable. If she would have been a black transgender lesbian, oh my goodness, that would have been the trifecta for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Unbelievable. All right, 877-396-W105, BM, The Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. We'll take a break coming up in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by North Star Laundry. One-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, dry clean your clothes, starch your clothes. Locations in Carlsbad and in Loving. If you want to do all that yourself, that's not a problem. Yeah, if you want to spend your entire weekend wash, drying, and folding clothes and starching things, and that's not a problem. You can use the coin-operated machines that are open 7 days a week at North Star Laundry, or they can do it all for you. Find them today. In Carlsbad at 609 West Lee Street, 609 West Church Street, and you can find them at 406 West Cedar in Loving. Find them today. It's North Star Laundry. Let them keep you looking good. Wrap her up, Tom. We're going to take a break. National anthem and the pledge on the way. News and your chance to qualify for the cash. And we're going to discuss Representative Bowman, the fire alarm puller, and The View. Oh, my goodness. Do you think we're that stupid? I guess they do think we're that stupid.
Yeah.
Did you see the look on Whoopi's face as she was trying to run her line?
What happened to her?
Well, she was just trying to explain for Bowman and everything, and you can tell by the look on her face, she didn't even believe this crap that was coming out of her mouth.
That you push a button for a fire alarm. Last time I looked, a fire alarm had a big red with white letters that said, in case of emergency. Isn't that what it says?
Well, see, I have a new idea for a cognitive test for Congress. Is you take a little V of wood and you put a fire alarm on one side of it and a doorknob on the other, and they just have to come up and show you which one would operate a door. And if they can't do that, well, then they're not bright enough to be able to be in Congress. I think that should be a simple test.
Yeah, it says fire, push in, push down. I mean, the directions are right there on the fire alarm. And you know what? Well, most fire alarms are the same across the world. The language might change, but the look is the same. So anybody that doesn't know what a fire alarm is, we're in bigger problems than we're in deep, deep issues if we don't know the way a fire alarm looks, and that it's not a button that you push. First of all, you have to pull the damn thing down.
Well, don't you have to
pull a fire alarm? You pull a damn thing down.
Don't you have to actually break that little plastic?
There's a little,
There's a little deal in there. I mean, back in the day, they had like a glass thing, and you break
that was a long time ago.
Well,
but now there's that little plastic filament that actually breaks when you pull it. And
look,
here's the deal.
Dude, what he did, they got him on film. He did it on purpose.
And what, that's not what amazed me, but in his statement, just how naturally and easily he bald-faced lied about it.
Oh, it's sickening. I'll get to that coming up when we return. Tom and the tax, go ahead. You got a couple more.
All right. Maybe that black lesbian will run off with Raggedy Ann, says this one texter. And, by the guy you guys talking about, Harold Ford on that show. He has relaxed hair.
Relaxed, yes. Relaxed hair. I remember when the Jerry curl came out, a buddy of mine, John Moore, and John got the Jerry curl, and I told him when he got it, I said, dude, you're not getting into my car. Why not? Dude, it's dripping. It is dripping with oil all over my seats. I will never get that crap out.
Me and you had the same experience, but mine was with a girl when that was first popular, and they actually had the spray bottles. And
you're not getting in my car with your hair like that.
I mean,
get a plastic bag and put it on top of the head. I don't care, but your head is not hitting my headrest.
Yeah, it was all over the headrest of my Trans Am. That was a long time ago.
It's bad. I mean, that and, letting your pants ride down to your butt crack, probably the two worst ideas that ever happened in American history. All right, 877-396-W105. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back. I got a lot of stories to get to. We got a lot of stories to talk about. We talked about the governor. She's got COVID, third time.
Poor
Connecticut new gun control law will limit how many guns that residents can actually buy. And a Florida man will get lethal injection. That's happening this week. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the Bowman case. And he also calling Republicans names. He's attacking Republicans, calling them names. I'm calling you dumb as a box of damn rocks that you don't know what a fire alarm is. I'm just saying that you got to be pretty damn dumb. So I got those stories and more coming up this morning. And our number 877-396-W105. And Bill Clinton talking about immigration. I'll get to that story also. And state police sends officers to Albuquerque to combat crime. I'll get to that coming up also. We're right before 7 o'clock. KWMW, Malmsmore, 105.1 FM. National Anthem and the Pledge on the way. Things that happen on this date in history. I got to take out the trash. This story coming out of Oklahoma today. A mother allowed her daughter to do what?
Wow.
Up to that coming up in just a second. Check of the weather for today being brought to you by WWRV Parks. You can find them today at WWRV3.com, meaning they have 3 RV parks in Carlsbad, 162 RV sites. They're pet friendly. They have high-speed internet. They've got 30 and 50 amps and all utilities included in one price, including the high-speed internet. Very well lit up, a nice place for the working folks. Give them a call, 988-0392 or WWRV3.com for more information. High temperature today getting up to about 84. Sunny skies this morning, but cloudy by this afternoon. 20% chance of rain this afternoon, tonight, and a better chance of rain coming up for your Wednesday. We've got rain in the forecast through Friday.
Yep.
You can always check the forecast, W105radio.com. Tom, news coming up next. Go ahead, hit me with a couple.
All right, so this text says, you know what? Bowman did it on purpose. He was a school principal for many years. He knows what a fire alarm is, says
there you go. Thank you.
Definitely. Rocket is checking in. Every back row hooligan in high school knows how a fire alarm works as well.
And if anybody knew it, be Rocket. Not insinuating anything, Rocket.
And this one texter says they're going to limit the number of guns a homeowner can have. How many illegal guns can we have? This one texter is asking this morning.
Well, you're turning law-abiding citizens into criminals.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Another texter says, this is James and Eunice B, by the way, this is the last one before we go back to you. Plus, he was a mid-school principal that has disciplined kids for pulling alarms. James and Eunice B.
He is full of poo-poo.
Yeah.
Is what he is. That's what he is. And he's a bully that has actually bullied Marjorie Taylor Greene, that little bitty woman. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We'll qualify folks for the cash coming up in just a second. News this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Yes, they're in the old Touchdown Barbecue location, 811 West Main Street, Artesia. Give them a call, 575-736-2573. That's a brand new number. You might want to note that. That's a brand new number if you're going to be calling in advance to feed everybody in the office or on location. 575-736-2573. Call them or stop by. They are offering great breakfast, home-style breakfast, awesome lunch, and, of course, now barbecue. So they've got everything that they've always had, except now they've got barbecue. Roadrunner Grill. Find them 811 West Main in Artesia. Visit them today. Got a lot of things to get to. Let's check in with news. Be on the Breakfast Club, 7:01. We're W105. Let's qualify folks for cash.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Found and rescued 9-year-old Charlotte Senna, missing from a weekend camping trip with her family in upstate New York. Investigators say the suspect delivered a ransom note to the family's mailbox 24 hours later, and they lifted prints and DNA, leading them to an RV about 12 miles away where they found Charlotte in a cabinet. Hunter Biden in federal court in Delaware to answer to 3 felony gun charges. Donald Trump in New York State Supreme Court all week fighting for his real estate empire, charged with inflating real estate values. His son Eric on Fox's Hannity.
These monsters want to have my father in a courthouse. They want to have my father spend tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars. So he's distracted. So he can't be in South Carolina, and he can't be in Iowa, and he can't be in Nevada. He can't be prosecuting Joe Biden for being the worst president in the history of this country.
America is listening to Fox News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I just want to take a skunk to a burrito buffet and then trap myself in a phone booth with him. The other day, my little boy EJ, he's getting all slicked up for his school dance. I sure felt proud watching my boy standing there in his tighty-whities combing his hair. So I started to give him some advice. I told him, when it comes to slow dancing, don't worry about what the girl looks like. Pick a ugly one that's got great pair of sweater monkeys. Long as she's stacked, it's fine. If she's got one big, fuzzy, thick caterpillar eyebrow and a lazy eye, ain't nobody gonna ask her to dance, and that cuts down on the competition. And I told him, boy, when you slow dance, it ain't her eyebrows you're gonna feel crushed up against your chest, if you know what I mean. I was giving him all kind of great fatherly advice like that when he stopped combing his hair and started spraying this black can of toxic waste dump, I think. Smelled like it. He kept spraying this awfulness in his armpits, his leg pits, his belly, his hairless little chicken chest. Filled up the whole bathroom. Smelled like a tar fire next to a paper mill. Cool. I said, what in the name of high karate are you doing? He told me all his friends use body spray. Let's say you got armpit deodorant, you got aftershave and cologne, but now you need body spray? This is the reason 8 million kids are just dumb. Let's say you got armpit deodorant, you got aftershave and cologne. Now you need body spray? I said, son, you just took a shower 10 minutes ago. If somehow you get a lady down there sniffing your sub-belly button region, she ain't gonna stop just 'cause you don't smell like a pine tree peppermint clove over a rose garden. Women like that natural smell of grease, sweat, and beer. It's the key to unlocking the pheromones and driving them wild with passion. That smell and a few wine coolers. Wake up, America! Only girl you gonna fetch is one whose nose insides is corroded away from a chemical plant fire. You don't want no woman with no sense of smell, 'cause them women can't cook. I'm Earl Pitts American. Pizza.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
It's time to renew New Mexico. If you have Medicaid or SNAP, you must renew to keep your benefits. If you have moved, update your contact information at yes.state.nm.us. or call 1-800-283-4465. You will be mailed a turquoise envelope when it is time to renew. Your Medicaid and SNAP benefits are very important. To learn more, go to renew.hsd.nm.gov and renew New Mexico.
Hobbs Truck and Trailer specializes in heavy-duty and medium-duty truck and trailer repair. Don't forget to take them your light-duty trucks as well. They've been serving Lee County for 8 years, and they are now located in Hobbs. They can help you with your Titan and Garnett systems, as well as your pumps and tankers. If it's related to your truck or trailer, Hobbs Truck and Trailer can service it. Located at 3220 Northwest County Road in Hobbs, and available 24 hours at 575-433-4166. That's 433-4166.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. They are passionately committed to providing their customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see them online at amigo-machinery.com.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Be in the Breakfast Club makes you feel normal again. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, I think you're always sleeping, but that's just me. 877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club, qualifying folks for cash. We'll do it several more times before we get on out of here. We are B on the Breakfast Club, 709. Scientists reporting remote workers have lowered the carbon footprint by 54% because employees are not working in an office. They're not traveling to an office. They're staying home. Like everybody is holding on to their own farts. Makes zero sense to me. I'm just saying, who did this study? Somebody working from home, I'm sure. And the Vacationer says Detroit is the top city in America to avoid at all cost. Other cities making the list: Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Baltimore. By the way, New Orleans was number 6. Anything that they all have in common? Let me do them for you again. Okay. Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, and Baltimore. Anything they have in common?
Baloo.
Democrat-run cities. Mm-hmm. Every damn one of them. And by the way, if you haven't heard that you should avoid those cities, you must be deaf and blind. Yeah. Looks like talk in the works that Disney is going to modernize Bambi. Live action movie. I mean, if I was writing the script, Bambi would end up on somebody's wall. But that's just me.
Let me guess. They're modernizing it so Bambi is trans.
Leave it alone.
Could be. Yeah. Looks like HBO, the docuseries Telemarketers, which chronicles the chaotic life of a New Jersey call center, reportedly vanished Friday night and hasn't been heard from. And it's gone.
Really?
It is Yeah, it's gone. You can't find it on Netflix. Don't know what happened. I got a friend of mine, and that's what she does.
Telemarketer.
She doesn't work at a call center, so to speak, where they're answering the calls for whoever. But she does telemarketing work from the Philippines that she calls businesses and tries to sell them some package.
Yeah.
You know, some internet package or something, and gets paid 500 pesos as a bonus and she makes decent money, feeds her family, so good for her. And she's actually one of the good ones. And works on her accent so people actually can understand her.
Good.
Yeah, God bless that. Matt Gaetz moves on Kevin McCarthy. He said he was going to do it. He said he was going to do it, and they went into great detail saying that the adult in the room and this and that. And he went into great detail and said, wait a second, I'm not the one adding $1.7 trillion to your kids. I'm not adding debt. And I'm not going to vote for that. So Gaetz did exactly what he said. I've got that soundbite coming up. And Federal Communications Commission announced yesterday they're entering a legal settlement with Dish Network, and they are charging them, is it $150,000? Yeah, $150,000. Any idea what's the problem?
No.
Space debris.
Oh.
Yeah, their satellites, some of their old satellite is still up there, space debris. So I don't know how you clean that mess up. I don't know. Who do you call to clean that up? And former President Bill Clinton conceded that change needs to be made. And he said, we have a broken immigration system.
Really?
We need to fix it. Yeah, he was on the radio station, WABC. And he was on and said, people come here, we need to give them shelter, and they shouldn't have to wait 6 months to get a work permit. We should put them right to work. Thank you, Bill. Why don't you fund this project with the Clinton Foundation money? I think that would be a great idea. That's never going to happen because the Clinton Foundation is not a nonprofit. It's a profitable organization for you and Hillary. And little Chelsea. All right, 877-396-W105. Tom on the text.
All right, B, have you heard what's supposed to happen tomorrow? That everyone should turn off their cell phones? Ask the texter.
Oh, you're talking about the EAS tests? Yeah, what's today?
Today's
what
Tuesday.
Is today?
Tuesday the 3rd.
I said, okay, did I say day or date?
Day, I believe.
I think I said date. It's October 3rd, and I'm thinking today is the day. I could be wrong, but the national test, I'm thinking for some reason I thought October 3rd. EAS.
They said tomorrow.
National Test Emergency Alert System on October the 4th.
That's tomorrow.
4th. Okay, so that's tomorrow. And by the way, that's going to be on your radio, TV, computer, cell phones, you name it. It's going to be everywhere. And look, there's no need to turn your phone off because it's just going to send an alarm out. And the way they send it out, they're going to send it out via, just like they'll send it out to us. Last time they tried it, it didn't work. It was an epic fail. And so the way they send it out to the phone carriers, and they're supposed to be able to send the test out. So, I mean, it's not like they're tracking you anything. They're already tracking you. So you're not going to help them by having your phone on during the national test. All right, 877-396-W105. Looks like state police in Albuquerque busting people and combating crime. You know, I always like to say, well, why didn't Albuquerque PD do that? Right. Isn't that their job to combat crime? But supposedly, state police is out there just kicking butt. All right, Bowman disavows talking points about the fire alarm, calling GOP members Nazis. You're the one that hit the fire alarm. I mean, and you're that dumb. You're that dumb. I mean, you're that dumb to think that there aren't cameras in the Capitol building. No, I don't think he's that dumb. What I think he is that he believes nothing will happen to him. Because in hindsight, I think he's 100% right. Nothing will happen to him. I guarantee this gets swept under the rug, and he is not charged with the same offense that many people were charged with on January 6th. He should be. Two-tier justice system. But Nazis, you're Nazis. If you voted for Trump, you are a Nazi. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about a man set for lethal injection. We'll get to that. Let's talk about Bowman. The View. I mean, and this is when people get sensitive. People get, well, I know him. And your point? He did what he did, but The View making it out to be, oh, wait, I guess Trump pulled it for him.
How did that happen? And so, yes, sometimes you're freaking out and you're in an elevator and you're pressing all the buttons.
You were saying, it goes to them not having the time. It is quite possible that he was trying to get there and the door, not panic, but, if you're not looking, because it's a door that's normally open, you just go and you press a button.
Yeah, it's a big deal that says fire alarm.
Right.
It's in white letters, bold white letters. Whoopee. You're not thinking that we're that stupid. I mean, seriously, they went on.
It
fire alarm button. Like, I was so scared of that button.
I don't know because I don't know what I haven't seen the fire alarm button, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen a fire alarm whoopee? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't like fire exit only sign.
I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, nobody believes that we're that stupid. And if you believe that, you're stupid. I'm just saying, if you believe that he didn't intentionally pull the fire alarm, you're stupid.
Yeah, I got a question. Maybe it's a dumb question. Maybe it's a dumb question because I'm used to making
it is. I'm sure it is.
So
Go ahead.
When he pulled the fire alarm, did the sprinklers not come on? Ain't that what's supposed to be happening?
I don't think I think the sprinklers are attached to, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, to heat sensors.
Oh, okay.
And if the heat sensors, if it heats up, that's when the sprinklers go on.
I was kind of curious about it.
My understanding, that's the way they work. Yeah. Peter Doocy asked Carrie Jean-Pierre about the fire alarm. Here's what she had to say.
Would President Biden ever try to get out of a meeting by pulling a fire alarm?
Are you talking about something specifically?
A Democratic member of Congress pulled a fire alarm around a series of votes. No fire. Is that appropriate?
What I can tell you is I'm not spoken to the president about this.
Yeah, and you can hear her. She's giggling. She thinks it's funny. You know why she thinks it's funny? Because he's going to get off.
Right.
Nothing will happen. That's why she thinks it's funny. Because if a Democrat does it, it's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. This is another insurrection. What he did could start an insurrection. Chicago Mayor Johnson. Yeah, when looters loot, it's not really looting. Let's not call it looting, okay?
This was the scene near Roosevelt and Canal Sunday night. Groups looted a convenience store. More than 36 teenagers were arrested along with a 12-year-old.
It's not appropriate. We're not talking about mob actions. I didn't say that.
Oh, no, let's not call it mob actions. Come on now.
Okay, hold on a second, okay? Respectfully, these large gatherings. These large gatherings, just hold on a second, y'all. I promise you, we have time to talk. It's important that we speak of these dynamics in an appropriate way. This is not to obfuscate what is actually taking place.
Let's just call it what it is, looting. This is what happens when you elect a left-leaning socialist. That's what he is. Have you guys ever seen the Democrat representative? I think she's from Connecticut, the blue-haired chick. She is about as weird looking as they get. She was talking about they need heat assistance. Now, she's from Connecticut,
right.
But I think she's talking about North Dakota. Here's what she had to say.
Gets cold in the wintertime in South Dakota.
Cold.
But the gentleman is happy to see 24,000 individuals not get energy assistance, low-income heating assistance. So there may be taking up a collection of hats and coats and gloves.
It's cold. Here's a great idea. Go find a job. Pay your own damn bills. The government should not be responsible for paying your electric bill. I don't know if that sounds cold, but I get it. It's cold. And here's another great thing. If you can't pay your electric bill, you can always, I don't know, move to a warmer climate. I think maybe that'll work. Matt Gaetz talking about ousting Kevin McCarthy. Here's what Matt Gaetz had to say yesterday.
To now seek recognition. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I rise to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The gentleman will state the form of his resolution. Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. Resolved that the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives is hereby declared to be vacant.
And he went on at a press conference to talk about exactly what is his plans. Matt Gaetz ousting Kevin McCarthy. And at the press conference, he talked about being the adult in the room.
If you lose this vote, will you continue to do this? And are you worried about throwing this institution into chaos, paralyzing an institution that your party runs?
Well, you know what I think paralyzes us? Continuing to govern by continuing resolution and omnibus. You know what I think throws this institution into chaos? Marching us toward the dollar not being the global reserve currency anymore. You talk about chaos as if it's me forcing a few votes and filing a few motions. Real chaos is when the American people have to go through the austerity that is coming if we continue to have $2 trillion annual deficits. You don't know chaos until you've seen where this Congress and this uniparty is bringing us. Chaos is not for.
And I know I know there's a lot of Republicans that don't like Matt Gaetz because he speaks the truth. I find Matt Gaetz refreshing that he's the guy that stands up and go, we can't continue to go down this path. $2 trillion plus every year. A deficit. Tom, what does a deficit mean?
Means we're broke, bro. That's what that means. That's my best definition of it.
College damn degree.
Well, I mean, come on. In layman's terms, we got to talk to the people. We're broke.
Or could it mean that we're coming up short? You want to talk to the people? I mean, I could talk to the people. We're coming up short. We're collecting the all-time high in when it comes to taxes, but we're still coming up short because we have raised the cost of doing business every year for the past 20 years plus.
Right.
And we just can't keep up. So, you know, the answer is to tax you and me even more. That's the answer. All right, UAW, how do they vote? I'll get to that coming up in a second. Text line 877-396-W105. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
All right, this Francisco saying this morning on the passing of Max Chase. Boy, I tell you what, he was one hell of a guy. He will be missed, definitely. So, Francisco this morning on the text. All right, on Matt Gaetz, one of these texters was saying this morning about him. He said, Matt Gaetz should get everyone together and come up with a good budget instead of wasting time chasing a vote that he is not going to get. And they are not going to get rid of the speaker. That's Will Hader this morning.
I tend to believe that they might. I think they could.
Mm-hmm. Well, Matt, I guess
what is the solution? We got Republicans that act like Democrats. We got Republicans that keep kicking the damn can down the road. So what is the solution? We just give up? We just throw our hands up in the air and give up? I don't know the solution. But I like people that speak up. And thank you, Matt Gaetz, for speaking up.
Yeah, he'll speak up, all right. But what's he going to do? Really, nothing. Really, to tell you the truth, he's just being a loudmouth.
You're such a sheep. You are a sheep. You are a sheep. Your middle name is Sheeple.
Has he come up with any suggestions in the last?
Yeah. Get rid of Kevin McCarthy.
And the last one before Kevin McCarthy. And the last one before Kevin McCarthy. No, he's just being a big blowmouth.
We didn't have control of the House. So speak on buffets. Go ahead and speak on buffets.
All right.
Something you really know about.
I do know about it. And if I was wanting to run
who was
for
a Speaker
office,
of the House before Kevin McCarthy?
It was Pelosi.
Yeah, Tom Scores one.
So,
and before Pelosi?
Pelosi, it was the guy from Iowa.
The guy from Iowa. Whoever that guy was. I think I know him. I think his name was Bill O'Keefe.
Yeah, well, one of those guys.
He was a big pig farmer in Iowa.
All right, Tommy Carlsbad.
It's a man scheduled to die in lethal injection coming up over 25 years after he killed a woman in North Florida during a day-long crime spree. Michael Zack set to die coming up tonight at 6 p.m. And for the murder of Ravonda Smith, a bar employee he befriended and then beat and stabbed to death back in 1996. He will finally get the needle in Florida. There's only one bad thing about this. It takes so long to give him the needle. That's the problem. And on Sunday, Connecticut had a brand new gun law controlling the limited number of handguns law-abiding citizens can purchase each month. It went into effect. So NRA reported that, NPR reporting that the state Senate pro tem praised the new restriction on how many guns that you can buy per month. I mean, I'm wondering how many people are going to be saved, their lives are going to be saved because they're limiting how many guns that you actually can buy per month. Isn't Connecticut one of those that wants to secure micro stamping requirements on their guns? So each bullet would have a micro stamp.
Oh, really? Wow.
If I understand it right. Thank God they fought it off every time it came up. All right, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105.
All right, so I was, Tommy in Carlsbad was chiming in. You know, we're pretty stupid to be allowing this administration to prosecute. Now, they are political rivals and impose fines of millions of dollars for minuscule calculation errors. Approximately 3 years ago, they said they could have had former President Trump broke and destitute within 3 years. And, they would do whatever it took. Yeah. They'd do whatever it takes to keep him from being in our government again.
Now, I was confused, and I don't know how they could do it. How could they take his businesses?
They can't.
I mean, that's his property.
Yeah.
And I heard a reporter today saying that this is a effort to take. When does the government confiscate businesses? Anybody know the answer to that? Because the reporter said it, and I was like, I don't get how that can happen.
You think, well, it's almost Russia, right?
If it happens, like I said, they can go after Donald Trump. They can come after you. Hunter Biden in court today. Hunter Biden, of course, still that gun charge that came up. He almost got the sweetheart deal. Thank God for the whistleblowers that they spoke up. He got the sweetheart deal. For sure. 7:30, National Anthem and the Pledge on the way. Morning show being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. If you're going to the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, go by and visit them. In fact, one of their lots is right across the street from the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. So you can always go to the website, maintrailersalesinc.com. 575-622-1751. They have the largest selection of RVs in southeast New Mexico. They've been in the business now close to 70 years, and they know how to treat people. They treat people the right way. That's why people keep coming back to Made Trailer Sales. 575-622-1751, MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. Every unit is on the lot, new and pre-owned. Check them out today. Tom on the text, 877-396-W105. We're being the Breakfast Club.
This texter says whenever they want to take your business or personal property, they got avenues to doing it, says the texter. And, if they oust Kevin McCarthy, says the texter, if they oust Kevin McCarthy, we will lose the majority and the Democrats will control everything again, says the texter.
No, the majority has to be a Republican. So we won't lose control of the House. The Speaker comes from the majority party.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority party is the Republicans. So we're not going to lose the House because we get a new Speaker.
Yeah, we'll have somebody else. So we'll see who that might be. All right, we're on the phone lines, B. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, guys. They're going after Donald Trump for overpricing his real estate. Well, the cities all around America does the same thing. My house probably worth $50,000, but they're pricing it as $150,000. So they get more taxes out of it.
I mean, how many times has people fought because the tax appraiser is different than somebody that they hired to appraise your house? And I think that's what the gentleman is speaking of. They're going after Donald Trump because he is Donald Trump.
That's what it is.
That is it.
Yeah, and the reason they think they can take his property is because, they've turned him into Hitler. You can do whatever you want to Hitler and get away with it.
I guess. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Give them a call, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. Give them a call today. And a friendly reminder about the Lovington Shelter. They need volunteers. They need monetary donations. Call them today, 575-552-3669. The Taking Out Trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Oklahoma mom pled guilty to allowing her 12-year-old daughter to sleep with a 24-year-old man and give birth to a baby from the 24-year-old man. Tulsa, Oklahoma mother pled guilty yesterday in court for allowing her 12-year-old daughter to sleep with a 24-year-old man. Tulsa police saying that Desiree Castaneda pled guilty to child neglect and enabling sex abuse. Both charges she was arrested on in March of 2022. And June of 2021, the preteen girl went to a hospital pregnant, went into labor. Tulsa police spokesperson Danny Bean told the station that in July 2021, the girl and the newborn's father walked in just like every other couple to deliver a newborn baby, except he was 24 years old and she was 12 years old. Police arrived after they got a call from the hospital. By the way, Juan Miranda was arrested and charged with first-degree rape.
Yeah.
Bean told the station that the 24-year-old had permission to sleep with the young girl from the girl's mother. Had the family's blessing to go ahead and sleep with the 12-year-old. Castaneda approved of the relationship. 24-year-old man with a 12-year-old girl. By the way, she was really 11 when she got pregnant.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And the mother thought it was a fine idea. I'm taking out the trash. Thank God Oklahoma still has laws against such things. God bless America and Oklahoma. By the way, that wasn't a pick for the Boomer Sooners this weekend, okay? I wasn't picking a team there. All right, 877-396-W105. UAW. Who do you think the UAW backs? Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Oh, God, no. Joe Biden, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden is he is a big-time union hack. Has been his entire career. So when they go on the street and ask the union workers who are they going to vote for, 100% Joe Biden.
Biden or Trump? Biden. In 10 words or less, why? I am a woman. Trump's going to jail.
Definitely Biden, not the grifter.
Biden.
Trump or Biden?
Yeah, I hate Trump. I think he's not nothing for the damn for us. He's for the companies.
He's for the companies. Who the hell employs you? It's not the union. It's the company. I mean, I'll just say it. I have talked to people like this that are just so pro-union. Who do you work for? Who signs your check? It's not the union. Sorry, it is not the union. It is the company. I know it's heartbreaking for you, but it is the company that signs the check. We got rain in the forecast for the rest of the day. High 84, low tonight getting down to about 65, 83 tomorrow. And rain for the next couple days. In fact, rain all the way through Friday. Not good. Well, I mean, good if you need the rain. We just don't want the severe weather. That's for sure. All right, Carrie Jean-Pierre, we'll talk about a deal with Ukraine. And can you afford to buy a house nowadays? I'll get you updated with that. Also, things that happened on this date in history on the way. 7:38, Tomas.
All right, I got a phone call this morning. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
What's going on?
Good morning to you. How are you?
What's going on, man?
Hey, it's Mad Dog.
Hey, Mad Dog.
I'm on my way to Cross Plains, and so I've been kind of listening to different radio stations. And have y'all ever listened to NPR radio? Do you even know what that means? Because I didn't.
Yeah, National Public Radio, your tax dollars at work.
Oh my gosh, you listen to it? It's a biggest bunch of propaganda I've ever heard in my life. Talking about
your tax dollars funding the whole project.
Well, I guarantee you that ought to be one of them that Congress cuts. But
you know how much money we spend on public radio and TV? It's a ridiculous amount. It's a crazy amount of money.
They were talking about how in China they're developing sponge cities that will help deal with the flooding problem that, what it's caused by, what the flooding is caused by.
Oh, global warming, I'm sure.
Yeah, climate change. So I don't get it. They say climate change is responsible for droughts. Is it responsible for everything?
It is the do-all to do-all.
They said Xi Jinping decades ago, he started this strategy of sponge cities. And I'm just wondering how long it'll be before we start doing stuff about sponge cities.
And at some point you have to wring out the sponge, right?
I guess. And I'll say one more thing. If liberals aren't a little bit concerned about the amount of fentanyl in the country, I heard something on our news, the Fox News, that there's enough fentanyl right now has come across the borders. I think that they've actually seized that would kill 1.25 billion people. And if that don't scare you a little bit, what's going to happen with all the stuff that they didn't get? And I don't know. These liberals that are scared of the climate change better start thinking about being poisoned by the Chinese is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, fentanyl is killing.
Anyway,
like 300 people.
Do what?
300 people a day are dying from fentanyl. 300 a day.
at that daycare center in New York City, that old boy got on the subway in broad daylight, they said he had enough fentanyl in a little bag to kill 8 million people.
Wow.
Wake up, you freaking liberals.
And where's that coming from? Oh, anyway. China and Mexico.
Yeah.
Well.
But let's leave the border open. Let's go ahead and leave it open and let everybody come in.
Yeah, the whole
Y'all
thing
have
is
a good
crazy.
day.
Thank you, Mad Dog.
Appreciate you, Mad Dog.
That's something that you just said, Kevin. I think we were losing less than 300 people a day when I think we shut down all schools. Everybody started wearing a mask. They completely shut our country down today. Mm-hmm. We were losing, people were dying how many a day? Not COVID cases reported, people dying a day. Was it up to 300?
I don't think, maybe it was over 300. I'm going to be honest.
But we're losing 300 people a day to fentanyl, and nobody cares. But.
No. And, you know, I've talked about this. Who makes our generic medication? China. I mean, look, these guys have got us by the short hairs. And we just don't seem to get it, especially under Biden. We just don't seem to get it.
You know how we could make this administration pay attention to this? They need to realize that these drug abusers, drug users, these people that are dying from fentanyl for the most part, these are Democratic voters. Don't you care about your voters, administration? You're losing 300 voters a day, more than likely, other than the innocent children that's being killed by your drugs.
You know, we've got an epidemic of drug addiction. It's just not in America. You know, these people want you to believe that America has an appetite for drugs. So does Mexico. So does Guatemala. Look, I live in the Philippines. I am seeing the drug epidemic of methamphetamine rage in this country. And their prior president, Duterte, started a crusade to kill drug dealers. And they would ride by and put a bullet in a drug pusher's head.
Wow.
And people went crazy saying it was, you know, inhumane and this and that. But it cleaned up the country. He's not president now. Guess what's happening again?
Mm-hmm.
The drugs are raging again. It sends a message to people when you say, hey, you could be shot in the head for pushing drugs. You could die yourself. So now what they're doing, they go after the users and not after the pushers, and you know how that works. We got some of that in the United States, same issue. All right, 15 minutes away from 8 o'clock, 15 away from 8. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Training New Mexico. 96% passing rate in 1 week of taking the course. Yes, people take the course and get their CDL license in 1 week. They've got 25 years of training experience. And the way they get you passed is they have very small class sizes. So you get a lot of one-on-one training and a lot of time behind the wheel. They're going to teach you how to pass the CDL inspection, skills test, driving tests, and more. Give them a call, 575-840-9555. Train in New Mexico. Find them in Roswell. Mention B in the Breakfast Club and get a 10% discount. Abraham Lincoln designated the last Thursday of November as Thanksgiving on this date in 1863. Looks like federal income tax was signed into law in 1913. Every year I tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, when they signed it into law, what do you think the tax rate was, Tom?
I'm going to say 2%.
1%.
Wow.
My grandfather paid like 5%. My dad paid 15%.
Oh,
and here I am at 36%. When does it end?
35.
Wake up, America. Rebecca Felton of Georgia became the first woman to find a seat in the U.S. Senate in 1922. country of Yugoslavia created their goal in 1929. They started the company Yugo. Very proud of the Yugo. 1945, 10-year-old Elvis Presley appeared on a talent show, Mississippi, Alabama Dairy Show. He won a $5 bill, came in second. I want to know the guy that came in first.
Right.
1952, very first magnetic tape video recording was made. And on this date, Father Knows Best, Robert Young premiered on CBS. The year was 1954. Captain Kangaroo started debuting on CBS in 1955. San Francisco's White House department store started accepting Bank of America card. Nowadays, that's known as Visa in 1960. George Carlin was arrested in Milwaukee for the 7 dirty words. They said you can't say them on TV. By the way, nowadays you can say pretty much anything. 1974, Frank Robinson became Major League Baseball's first black manager.
Cleveland Indians.
What?
He managed the Cleveland Indians. Yeah.
Space Shuttle Atlantis took its maiden flight on this date in 1995, and National Techies Day going on all day today. Ashley Simpson is 39 years old.
Really?
Also birthdays, India Irie is 48 years old. Nev Campbell is 50 years old, party of 5. Gwen Stefani
46.
singing song, Don't Speak.
Oh, gee.
We love to play that song on the morning show for Tom a whole bunch. She's 54.
Really?
Tommy Lee is 61.
Wow.
He was married to Heather Locklear and Pamela Anderson. And somewhere there's video of him.
My hero. If you want to buy him a gift, he's registered at Big Bulge and beyond.
Yeah, exactly. Golfer Fred Couples is 64. He's putting down 62, Tom.
Yeah.
Jack Wagner from General Hospital is 63. Chubby Checker is 82. Name a song by Chubby Checker.
Come on, twist. Let's do the twist.
No,
How about just saying the twist?
Oh.
Got a new song out called the Metamucil Twist.
Right.
Just give me the name. I'm not asking you to sing the damn song.
Well.
God bless you. All right, now number 877-396-W105. Coming up shortly. We've got lots of things to get to. 13-foot python found in Oklahoma Trailer Park. How did it survive all these months? I'll tell you. Ski season might be a good one in New Mexico. I'll update you on that. New Mexico State Police sends officers to Albuquerque to combat crime. Didn't I do that story? I think I did. 2 Albuquerque Walmarts suspending self-pay and self-checkout. I'll tell you why. So that's the way you get rid of them. And looks like a soccer player made his debut. How old is he?
38.
You're going to be, well, why you were in my story? It's called a tease, Tom.
I'm sorry. Besides that, the wrong
Wow.
age.
No wonder you're not married. I'm giving the tease out. It's a tease.
He's 38.
Wow. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. All right, we got the national anthem and the pledge coming up next. 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We're W105, KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM.
Hey, Will Hader says, Tom, you sing whatever you want, brother. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, buddy. And another texter said, this is Stephen Walker. Yesterday was my birthday, he says, and my stepfather passed away yesterday morning. I'd like to give a special shout out to Gregory Pat Azell. Thank you for being the man you didn't have to be. May you rest in peace. And our thoughts and prayers goes out to you and your family.
God bless.
Yeah. And Kevin, says the texter.
Yes.
He said, should they put bullets in the little guy's head? That's nickel and diming, or kill some of the big government and businesses owners who are really behind it? Ask the texter.
I don't know. The more people involved that we can take out, the better place it is to live.
Yeah. So what kind of president is in office there now?
Marcos's son.
Oh, really?
So, by the way, I want to give a shout out this morning to the Colwells. David Colwell has been a longtime listener of Being the Breakfast Club for years. And David had surgery yesterday. And David had bypass surgery yesterday. So thoughts and prayers going out to the Colwells. And so quad bypass surgery yesterday. So thoughts and prayers going out to David Colwell. And I hope you make a quick recovery, brother. 877-396-W105. Tom, we're going to take a break, come right back, keep you updated with everything going on. We got to get to our national anthem and our pledge. Blue Boob of the day still to come. National anthem and the pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Rebecca Long, of course, our sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge. She's your Farmers Insurance agent, has been for 40-plus years. Started when she was 19 years of age helping people. And there are people out there that believe that one insurance agent is just like all insurance agents. That's not quite the truth, because when it comes time to really working for you to save you money, bundling, making sure you get every discount, and she can help you with all that. And not only that, when it comes time for you to file a claim, you need somebody in your corner. That's Rebecca Long. Yeah. I mean, you find out about your insurance agent quickly when you file a claim. Give Rebecca a call today. She'd love to chat with you and come up with a plan that's designed to meet your needs. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today, serving Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County. She is a proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge on W105.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular up on spur, singing out, yeah, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless America. God bless you. 756. We're W105. Large prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
Luke 6 this morning. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be the children of the Most High, because he is kind to the grateful, he is kind to the ungrateful, and the wicked.
Hi, this is Felicia Bowen with Judah Oil. Please join me in our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
All right, some of the stories that we're going to be discussing. We'll talk about that 13-foot python living in a trailer park. How did it survive? And if you've ever wanted to get rid of self-checkout at Walmart, here's a way. Well, it's not a good way. We'll talk about that coming up this morning and more. Our number 877-396-W105. And Catch a Predator. I don't know if you watched that type of show. One of the guys that hosts that show was killed in the line of duty. I'll get you updated with those stories coming up this morning. Morning show this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. You can find them in Carlsbad, also in Lovington, Hobbs, Artesia, and in Roswell. Online at allamericancleaners.net. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds for $16.99. Rain all day today, mostly in the afternoon, though. High temperature getting up to 84. Mostly afternoon showers. Rain coming up tonight also. 65 the overnight low. And more rain tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. Thunderstorms expected on Thursday and Friday. We'll keep you updated with everything going on with the weather. You can also check it out at W105radio.com. 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock, we're W105 checking in with news. Being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale, the guy settling the big cases in the patch. If you're looking for an attorney that knows how to settle the big cases, that's Luke Ragsdale. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 575-208-5300. Any type of personal injury case, the guy to call is Luke Ragsdale. And if you've gotten yourself in a criminal matter, Luke can defend you. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Let's take a break before we check in with news. Let's qualify, folks, for the cash. We're W105 Cash Blowout.
Hobbs Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump is expected to be back at the defense table for day 2 of his business fraud civil trial in New York City.
This is his company. This is his life.
Trump attorney Alina Habba on Fox and Friends. So far, there's been testimony from a former Trump accountant that his firm just used the numbers provided by the Trump Organization. The Nobel Prize in Physics is announced.
US-based Pierre Agostini is one of a trio who the Nobel Prize Committee says have given humanity new tools for exploring the world of electrons. He's sharing the $1 million prize with Ferenc Krauss, who works in Germany, and Anne Lhuillier, who's based in Sweden. They found a way to produce pulses of light so short they can be measured in quintillionths of a second, capturing previously unseen images of how atoms work.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
This Hobbs Eagles Sports Update being brought to you by Enchanted Lifestyle Screens, serving all of Lee County.
Transform your garage into the perfect open-air, pest-free living space with a fully retractable garage screen door from Enchanted Lifestyle Screens. The Lifestyle Garage Door screen creates a pest-free, cool, and bright space in seconds, and it totally works with your existing garage door. For a free consultation and estimate on your Lifestyle Garage screen, call Enchanted Lifestyle Screens at 575-241-3132.
The district opener between the Hobbs Eagles and the Las Cruces Bulldogs was postponed last Friday because of bad weather. They took up the game the next day, and the Hobbs Eagles just couldn't put things together, says head coach Ken Stevens.
We turned the ball over 3 times, and we're still in the game. It was 21-20 at half. And then we didn't play real well in the second half. They outscored us 21-7. They did a good job making some adjustments defensively. I don't think we played with much urgency or energy in the second half. And so, they did a good job. So credit to Las Cruces for handling the situation well. And they did a good job, and we didn't handle business.
So now, Coach, you're at Centennial on Friday night. What's the book on Centennial?
Centennial's an excellent football team. They're very, very good defensively. I think they've only given up maybe 11 touchdowns on the year.
And the Eagles will need to keep them off the scoreboard if they want to even their district record. Kickoff 7 p.m. in Las Cruces.
This Hobbs Eagles Sports Update has been brought to you by Enchanted Lifestyle Screens. Call Justin today, 575-2401-3132.
Take the beautiful drive to Cool Ruidoso and shop Sierra Blanca Motors. Check out their fall inventory of Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, and Rams today. Right now, save $10,000 off remaining new, never registered 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. Don't miss out on the savings. These beautiful Grand Cherokees must go. Sierra Blanca Motors loss is your game. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors. No gimmicks, no markups, no addendums ever.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating. Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday night, October 6th from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, October 7th from 9 to 5, and Sunday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number, you're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. 5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
Kicking butt.
877-396-W105. We are beyond the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Thank God that today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then another Friday night football, and then Saturday, and then the weekend's over, and we'll cry about it again. 877-396-W105. In case you missed it, the Philadelphia Phillies denied an emotional support alligator into the game. A lot of people crying about this.
Okay.
I didn't even know in Philly they had alligators. In Florida, that would have been a total different deal.
Boy,
but yeah. And speaking of Florida, 56-year-old Florida man was arrested recently, calling 911 multiple times over a 2-day period. And this guy, I mean, that sounds like something teenagers would do. It's all started with a dispute with his neighbor. Needless to say, the two, didn't make up, and the relationship was kind of like Syria and Israel. And he kept calling 911. Police didn't take kind to it. He has been arrested. And Jody Turner-Smith and Jonas Jackson divorced after 4 years. You know what's amazing? I have no idea who those either one of them are. And Amazon, next 2-day Prime event coming up a week from today. Dancing with the Stars. Go ahead, do it again. Go ahead. Dan, let me do it. Let me set it up again.
Okay.
Dancing with the Stars. Wow. I'm just going to say it. That came across very gay. That really did.
What about
it? I mean, if
you're coming when he made that noise, when he made that noise, do you want to do the test, Kevin?
Okay.
Okay. Let me just throw some names out there.
All right.
Barbara Streisand.
Okay. What about her?
Oh, well, he didn't make the noise. If he had made the noise.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Oh, great songs.
What was that you just said, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm just saying. ABBA, the group ABBA. Look, it's okay. I mean, if you come out, it's all right. I mean, we'll still love you. It's okay.
Yes,
anyway, Dancing with the Stars judge Lynn Goldman died early this year, prostate cancer.
He passed.
And they actually spread his ashes out yesterday. And the new Frasier debuts on Paramount Plus. That's going to happen on Thursday. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, has appointed Lapanoza Butler to vacate the seat after the death of Dianne Feinstein. And Feinstein was 90. Now, this woman worked for Kamala Harris, and she is the first black lesbian to serve in Congress. She checked both boxes. I'm telling you, Gavin, it's a big score for Gavin. Checking both boxes, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Looks like the Foo Fighters tour. They have announced plans to tour North America. And Stevie Nicks gets her own Barbie doll. Stevie Nicks got her own Barbie doll, Tom.
Yeah, what's it called?
Unbelievable. Seattle Seahawks beat the Giants Monday Night Football. Final score 24-3 in a blowout game. Tom on the text 877-396-W105.
You know, Kevin, maybe this is one way that the government says this text continues with population control. Using is illegal drugs, and it won't get the blame it has been getting. Maybe it's a form of conspiracy. For example, the SARS and also the AIDS and on and on and on, says the texter. And you know what? This text says, we should make the Democrats change their party name to the Communist Party, says the text. Only this type of government will take a person's business away, says the texter.
Yeah, I mean, the assets actually belong to multiple people. It's just not Donald Trump. If I'm not mistaken, his kids are also shareholders in the company. All right, Carrie Jean-Pierre would refuse to answer the question about, is it true that Biden made a deal with Ukraine? Here's the way that went down.
Just not going to go beyond.
Is that true?
I'm not going to go beyond what the president
said. So you won't
said.
say that what he said was true?
I'm not going to go beyond what the president
You're
said.
declining to say that what he said was true.
I just answered. Go ahead.
See, Biden alluded to it and then took it back. So, which means that he actually probably told the truth. If you're planning to buy a home, bad news coming up of CBS News talking about buying a home and the cost of buying a home nowadays.
So what's significant about this data that just came out is it's showing that if you get a house today, factoring in your mortgage payment and your property taxes, you got to get homeowners insurance, you'll end up paying somewhere around 35% of your annual income to afford a house. So that's way, way higher than what normal standards would consider affordable.
Yeah, I think the normal standards, they're looking for about 25% of your take-home pay. So now it's up to 35%. Wow. And that's when we get in bad shape, because the last time this happened was under Obama. Remember the mortgages that we gave out where people, they couldn't afford the house, but we gave them a loan for it.
We'll give you a loan. Go ahead. Don't have to pay it.
Yeah, we gave loans where people didn't have to put down payments.
Right.
They had no skin in the game to default on the loan. It was a bad situation, and it's a bad situation we're finding ourselves in. Cost of insurance has gone up, and the cost of owning a home, the mortgage rates has also gone up. So it's not a good deal. Not a good deal at all. 13-foot python survived for 5 months eating cats.
Right, I believe
in
that.
a Oklahoma trailer park. So the snake got out. It was eventually found in a trailer park. 13-foot python was in the neighborhood. They said it lived off of cats, rats, and possums. But now they got it off the street. 13-foot python was taken back. No word if it went to the original owners. And New Mexico is hoping for a strong ski season. And because of El Nino, they believe that we're going to have a strong ski season. Don't we hear that pretty much every year?
Yes.
That it's going to be a strong sea, yeah. And, yeah. So that's what they're saying, though, that this year should be the year. And 2 Albuquerque Walmarts are canceling self-checkout. They are removing all self-checkout lanes. Walmart ditching self-checkout lanes for shoppers. And 2 Walmarts, one on Eubanks right off I-40 and the other one on Carlisle, they are getting rid of them. And why are they getting rid of them at those locations?
Shoplifting.
Crime.
Yeah, crime.
Yeah, maybe it's too much crime. Several shoppers told News 13 on Sunday that the change was coming and it's very inconvenient. Well, I mean, we say the same thing in southeast New Mexico, but they're not pulling the self-checkout. In fact, if you could find a lane open, that's very different. But in some stores, Walmart is removing the self-checkout because the theft ratio is over the top.
Yeah.
Soccer player, his name is Davin Kimbrough, made his debut at Sacramento Republics on Sunday. 13-year-old. By the way, this is the first time a 13-year-old made it to pro sports.
Wow.
13-year-old. And unbelievable. They say this guy could be the next big soccer star.
Wow.
What's the big soccer star now that plays, Tom?
It's Messi. His name's Messi.
Is it Messi or Messi?
Messi. There you go, Messi. He's Messi.
He's the big soccer star now.
Yeah.
And by the way, he makes way more money than football stars.
You know what he makes me?
He's one of the highest paid athletes out there. I think could be
$1 billion a year, buddy.
Unbelievable. Yeah. All right, Hunter Biden back on the hot seat, arrives at court. Hearing expected. He is expected to plead not guilty to federal gun charges. Two-tier justice system. Yep. Yeah. Two-tier justice system. Yeah. The suspect in that abduction of that 9-year-old girl whisked into overnight court. So Charlotte Sena, kidnapping suspect Craig Ross Jr., arraigned overnight. I'm reading off the screen and also getting the feedback. So Craig Ross arraigned last night, 46-year-old New York man accused of kidnapping a little 9-year-old girl off her bicycle at a state park at Lake George. He was arraigned on first-degree kidnapping charges early this morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. The governor, Kathy Hochul, said during a late-night news brief, suspect has been identified after allegedly leaving fingerprints on the ransom note. So you're telling me the guy is a genius at the same time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. And Mark Wahlberg says he has no regrets about ditching Los Angeles with his family, saying moving to a sane place. No regrets at all. 877-396-W105, Tom.
All right, so this one texter says, Nick from the Patch, hey, B, keep the weather to yourself. Yesterday was terrible in the oil field because of the storms, says Nick from the Patch this morning. And
I think I alluded to the bad weather.
Yeah, keep it to yourself, though.
And I said we need the rain, not the severe stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, B, can you...
Yeah, I get that you guys had a rough time.
B, can we drop off that snake in my neighborhood?
Might get rid of somebody.
Says the text.
Get rid of some cats.
Right. And no, don't get rid of self-checkers. This is J.R. DePardo. That's the only thing that's helping me get through this inflation, says the texter.
JR's taking the employee discount. You're doing the checking, so you're an employee of Walmart. JR's taking the employee discount.
Right.
I've thought about that myself. Hey, wait, I'm bagging, I'm checking. Shouldn't I get a discount?
And Tom doesn't.
JR's taking the old 5-finger discount.
That's right. And Tom, doesn't Tom live in a trailer park? Asked the texter. No, it's an RV complex. And doesn't Tom have several cats? No,
wait. You're acting like that's more obscure than a trailer park?
Well, it's an RV complex. But doesn't Tom had several cats outside? No, I just have Monahans and push-ups. I don't know where he's been, though. I haven't seen him in a couple of days. Man, maybe there's a 13-foot python
maybe if
under
you
his
wouldn't
bus.
let your cats wander the streets.
They don't wander. They got a home. They go underneath the bus. I'll be bringing them in November when it gets colder.
I'll say it again. Maybe if you wouldn't let your cats wander the streets, spreading their rabies and all kind of other
shots. They're good.
Sure they are.
And Messier, this texter says, makes $71 million per year. And he's worth about $600 million, says the texter. But, he outsources to different countries. He won the Major League Soccer, Miami did a few weeks ago. But then he goes to Portugal.
We could have a laxative shortage coming up. You thought the diaper shortage was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get Tom compacted again and no laxative. Wow, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. Well, that's what the doctor said. Deep, deep trouble.
But if we have a laxative shortage, we won't be knee-deep in doo-doo.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen these type of shows, kind of like Catch the Predator. Well, there was one actually in Alamogordo that this guy was actually talking to what he thought was a 13-year-old girl. As it turned out, it wasn't a 13-year-old girl. And this guy worked as a janitor at the Alamogordo School. So these type of programs are good. It gets on the internet. It exposes the predator. But Robert Wayne Lee, 40 years old, went by Bupak Sharik on his social media platform, had about 50,000 followers, and actually was like a Catch a Predator show where he was filming the show and he was killed while filming the show. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Boucher saying that he was killed in the line of his duty, where he was actually doing videos and trying to catch a predator. Sad that we actually have to have shows like that. It really is. All right, we got to get to the boob of the day. We'll take a break on the way. It's 8:22. Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Find them in Hobbs. You can find them right there on the Lovington Highway. You can also follow them on Facebook and at thedesertfma.com. Let me tell you some of the things they do. Testosterone replacement. Guys, if you're feeling like your get up and go's gone, your libido is not there, so you're looking to put a little oomph back into your life, not a problem. Testosterone could be the answer. Let them do a deep dive into your blood to find out what's going on. Ladies, they can do the same with you with hormonal optimization. If your hormones are not balanced, it's going to wreak havoc in many different aspects of your life. They also can take care of your pain with stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and, of course, cryotherapy. Find out some of the things they do by going to the website or go and talk to them. Find them today, 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America. Visit them online at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
Just because you're a criminal for a while doesn't necessarily mean you're good at it. 48-year-old Keisha Henderson lives in Florida. She has a long rap sheet, 39 felonies.
39?
5 stints in jail. Last Tuesday, her and another woman, 33-year-old Kira Tolliver, robbed a little old lady at a Walmart 45 miles north of Tampa. One of them apparently distracted her while the other stole her wallet. Then they used her credit card to buy $2,000 worth of stuff. They might have actually got away with it, but for some reason they decided to go back to the same Walmart the very next day while cops is there investigating the theft. After an employee spotted them, Keisha blasted one of the cops in the face with pepper spray, and then they tried to arrest her, and she tried to spray another cop, but missed him in the face and just got him on the arm. So there's 2 felony assaults on police officers to add to her record. And she surrendered when she saw him pull his taser. Meanwhile, Walmart security got Kira into custody. No mace involved there. And they're facing multiple charges for theft, fraudulent use of credit cards. Keisha's also had an outstanding warrant for identity theft. So, and if you see the mug shots of these 2 women, yep, they look exactly like what you would have thought. They look like people that would steal from old people in a Walmart. There you go. Kira and Keisha, you're our boobs of the day.
Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. 8:25, Tom, before we take a break, text line.
All righty. Good morning, best radio station, says this one texter. And in Eunice, we were blessed with 1.75 inches of rain during the night. Boy, glad the climate change issues are resolved. Thank you, Sleepy Joe, says the text. And thanks for listening to the station. Hey, by the way, it's Messier played hockey for the Oilers and Rangers. Look, they're both foreigners. Who cares? And the cat is hiding in one of... What's that?
Damn.
I mean, Hold on a minute.
I mean, you're not even going to, it's in the neighborhood anymore.
Address your hate mail to Tom A. Reese, MTD Radio. Never mind. Go ahead.
That cat, is the texter, is hiding in Tom's rolls, says the texter. I don't know where he's at. He's out catting around. But he can't have any babies anyway. And Tom, this texter says, lives in the trailer hood.
Wait. Hold up a second.
What?
So you got a cat that's fixed and still getting more action than you.
Well,
I got you.
Anyway. But, yeah.
I figured it out.
They'll be coming indoors in November.
So in the meantime, let them go and infect all the other cats. I got nobody. Not a problem. All right. A lot of people with the NFL are tired of Taylor Swift. We'll talk about that coming up this morning. And Mexico's president says that they're about to deport a bunch of people. We'll tell you how that works. Texas suspects sought in connection with a double homicide before fleeing the country. I'll get you updated with that. And Gavin Newsom signed some bills into law to tighten regulations against certain no-fault evictions. And the Arizona governor getting rid of the Saudi Arabian controversial land leases. I'll get you updated with those stories and more coming up next. Already 8:27. Let's get updated with news this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Running down 128 this morning, running low on fuel. You might want to exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles and fill her up today with diesel or unleaded. DEF value, not a problem. So they're covered. If it's going to be raining this afternoon or tonight and you're going to be filling up, not a problem. They've got a covered, huge facility out there right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Go fill her up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. They accept all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. Taking a break. We're coming back. We're B on the Breakfast Club on W105, qualifying you for the cash that we're giving away on W105.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Found and rescued, and the kidnapper of a New York girl arrested. A big thanks from the 9-year-old girl's family to the FBI and all who searched.
Charlotte Senna has been located and is in good health. A suspect is in custody. They say this is still an active investigation. They'll be releasing more details when they come.
Police say the kidnapper left a ransom note in the family's mailbox with his prints on it, leading to his arrest. Hunter Biden in court in Wilmington, Delaware, to answer to 3 felony gun charges. Texas Democrat Congressman Henry Cuellar carjacked at gunpoint in Washington, D.C.
Carjacking happened on this block near the 100 block of K Street Southeast. The congressman was parking his car when 3 armed people walked up to him and stole his vehicle. His office is saying luckily he was not harmed.
Fox 5 DC's Shomari Stone, the Honda was recovered. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Lady Wildcat Sports Update is being brought to you by City Commissioner David Trujillo. Go Cats!
Lovington City Commissioner David Trujillo is a proud sponsor of Lovington High Lady Wildcats. Every year, the Lady Cats are contending for a district title, and this year is no different. You can count on the Lady Cats fighting for every point. Cheer them on at every game as they fight for a win. The Lady Cats are committed to their community, their fans, and their team. They're great ambassadors for the city of Lovington. Lovington City Commissioner David Trujillo is a proud sponsor of Lovington Wildcat Athletics. Go Wildcats.
With 11 games under their belts, the Lovington Lady Wildcat volleyball team remains a work in progress, says interim head coach Rachel Faith.
They are definitely fighting. Every time they step on the court, they definitely know the areas that we need to improve on, and we're just gradually making the progressive steps that we need to do.
Coach, how do you keep the girls motivated?
I just keep telling them to focus on their positives, on the strengths, and every time that we encounter a weakness or an area that we need to chip away at or improve at, that we just gradually take it step by step, and we do the best we can.
As the third season approaches the district season, the Lady Wildcats is just going to have to hang in there.
Learn perseverance, and we learn to keep fighting and playing our game. We just have to step it up, and I think the girls do a very good job acknowledging that and doing that when we need to.
Lovington opens district play at Goddard on October 24th.
This Lovington Lady Wildcat Sports Update has been brought to you by City Commissioner David Trujillo. Go Wildcats!
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday night, October 6th from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, October 7th from 9 to 5, and Sunday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
It's the biggest sale of the fall this week at Bob's Ridgeway. Big tailgating specials with boneless, skinless chicken breast, $1.49 a pound. Fresh lean ground beef down to $2.99 a pound. Over 150 grocery specials like tender crust hamburger and hot dog buns, big 8-count pack, only $1.39, and a big 3-day sale with extra specials like 10 Yoplait yogurts for just $5, 2 big cans of Pillsbury Grand biscuits, 2 for $5. Get 2 12 family packs of Hunt snack packs for just $5, and pick up New York strip steak, $6.99 a pound. Those and over 150 big specials this week with the big 3-day sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all at Bob's Ridgeway, where for 50 years your grocery dollar's always gone farther. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is your complete dirt work, construction, hydrovac, and trucking service. Whether your needs are environmental cleanup or hauling materials, SDR has you covered. Call 575-390-9585 to schedule service today. That's 575-390-9585. SDR Enterprises, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across Southeast New Mexico and West Texas.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Waiting for the light. Waiting for the light.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio.
I want to wake America up.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. More rain in the forecast today. I will get you updated with the complete forecast still to come. 877-396-W105. Dancing with the Stars. We talked about that. Let's see if Tom does it again. Dancing with the Stars.
He hadn't quite made it back.
Oh, he would just be
He's just coming in now. I'll feed him the line. I'll feed him the line.
The line is
Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Oh, now you're trying way too hard.
He didn't give us a call back. We set him up for the call back, and he didn't throw the callback joke in.
Way too hard. You're trying way too hard.
I mean, I did
know
notice
the company Kellogg's all your life about cereal company Kellogg's. They are actually going to be changing their name. Kellanova. Why would you change? That's like Twitter changing the name to X. Everybody knows it as Twitter. You're not going to change the mindset of Americans. You're just not going to do it. I get it. You're a multinational company, but come on. Taylor Swift. People are tired of Taylor Swift. Football players, football teams, they're tired of hearing about thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kelsey. Thank you. I think you're a cool cat. I watched the podcast with you and your brother, but I just can't put up with Taylor Swift. And by the way, many people that are football fans are done with Taylor Swift. NFL facing uproar as it makes Swift changes to their social media accounts. Did you get the Swift? You got that? Yeah, Swift.
But she was with her with Travis's mom in the suite, right?
Yeah, and she said she's a sweetheart and this and that.
It don't fit. They just don't fit, dude. That relationship will be over.
I'll say it again. His girlfriend before Taylor Swift, by God.
Big old ugly.
So, Texas suspect sought in connection with a double homicide, maybe fleeing the country. They're letting everybody know about this. Manhunt is underway for a man in Texas for allegedly shooting and killing two men while injuring a third. Police say the suspect could be fleeing the country. Fort Worth Police Department say that Juan Garjardo has a warrant out for his arrest, but they do believe that he could be trying to flee the country. Where do you think he's going, Tom? You think he's going like to Bermuda or where do you think he's heading?
Getting out of town is what he's got.
Yeah, but what country would he go to?
I would go to the Cocoon.
First of all, I didn't ask where you would go. I asked where he would go. And Cancun is not a country.
What is it?
It's a city, you Nimrod.
Wow. One cocoon is no different than the other cocoon.
Yes. Cancun is the name of it. By the way, Mexico's president, who likes Cancun, he loves the city, says 10,000 migrants a day headed to the United States border. He's blaming the U.S. sanctions on Cuba. But at the same time saying that he is going to start deporting migrants that are being held in Mexico. He will be sending them back to their home country. Wait, let me get this right. Mexico deporting people, America not deporting people. What the hell is this world coming to? What the hell is the world coming to? Mexico deporting folks? America not deporting folks. Wow, I'm totally blown away by that. And Californians will see an increase in tenant protection as the governor signed in the law, tightening the law that limits the landlord's ability to evict tenants. So, Senate Bill 567, known as the no-fault eviction, now mandates that property owners or family members occupying their rentals for at least 12 months can't be evicted. By the way, 12 months. So let's do the math. If you got a 100-unit apartment complex and 80 of the 100 decide they're not going to pay, that will bankrupt the individual or the company. Bad behavior is bad behavior, and somebody that does not pay their rent should not be able to live with a roof over their home or over their head in this case. They signed a lease, which is an agreement, but I get it. Same thing with student loans, I guess. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com for more information. Our friend Rebecca Long, she designed the Atlas Makeup Mirror. In fact, she not only designed it, she came up with the idea after discovering there were no really great makeup mirrors on the market. Recently, she has rolled out a brand new wall mount that comes in 2 colors, has a longer extension plug, and is awesome. Now, if you want to take this thing with you on the road, that's the original design. You could still get that, or you can get the wall mount. Find out more information. Go to @lastmakermirror.com. They're on Facebook and Instagram, or you can call and talk to Rebecca, 575-631-3189. Call her today. Tom on the text will come back and talk about Arizona telling Saudi sorry, but you can't be here. We'll tell you about that coming up next.
All right, Tommy and Carlsbad. It almost seems as though it's becoming very hideous and undesirable to be normal, heterosexual, or hardworking, says Tommy this morning. And Mad Dog is chiming in this morning. He says that he has a despise for United States military personnel such as Mark Miley and Lloyd Austin and creepy, stinky Joe Biden. Bunch of scumbags, he says. Says the
talking about Miley or General Milley?
Milley, I guess it's Milley. But did you see the
Miley, Milley? What the hell?
Now, who was Trump's last?
Milley?
No, the guy who was in charge of his staff. He was a general, wasn't he?
Mark Meadows?
No, the other one.
Well, I'm having a hard time deciphering what you're looking for here, okay?
But what I'm saying was that yesterday...
I understand why you're not married.
But yesterday...
Communication skill is limited.
Well, I was surfing yesterday, and I saw, because of the what was testified in court yesterday...
you're making my head hurt. No, my God. You know the guy that was...
Chief of Staff. There you go.
Oh, wait a second. Oh.
Who was his Chief of Staff, Russ?
Oh.
Not this one, the last one before.
Not that guy, but that other guy.
Yeah, that other
guy.
The
other
that
guy.
Was in that thing.
Was not a guy. That was a woman.
But she was with that other guy that was in that
she was
other
with
thing.
The other guy, and then the other guy that was with her before, he was totally a mess.
And remember, they worked for that other guy right before him.
He was a former general. I'll get to him in a minute. But let's go back to the text. What would happen if we just high-five the immigrants coming across the river and us headed the other way? Laugh out loud. That would be funny, says the
Lord have mercy.
I'll get him. And if they're going to prosecute the former president for overhauling his properties, then the entire Biden administration should be prosecuted for overhauling their services to the American people.
When we look at the things the Bidens have done, it's not even close. By God, it's not even close. Did you guys see the Michigan teacher that got smacked in the back of the head with a chair?
No, what happened?
You didn't see the video? Terrible. So the Michigan teacher going back to work after getting smacked in the head with a chair thrown by a student. By the way, that video has gone viral. And the student threw the chair, hitting the teacher. Student accused of launching the furniture is now facing felony charges and should face felony charges. Flint Community Schools reacted to the video. And this is at a Southwest Classical Academy. By the way, the teacher thinking about not going back, but she's back in the classroom today. And she did suffer injuries as she crashed to the floor and the desk landed on top of her. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, the 15-year-old student now facing felony charges, even though we doubt very seriously if anything's going to happen to him. You know what should happen? This kid should never have the ability to be in schools ever. Apple said that they've been scrambling to fix the overheating problem with the new Apple iPhone 15. Software patches on the way. It makes you feel so much better when you spend $1,500 and then you get a phone that you could fry an egg on. It makes you feel so much better that they've got a patch on the way. And Don Henley's favorite Eagle song, he tells Rolling Stones, is The Last Resort. That's his favorite. They've had so many others. I don't know why you would pick that one, but that would be his favorite song. And 90% of Americans say they use a seatbelt on a daily basis. Tom, are you a seatbelt wearer?
Oh, every day. You know,
I drove.
Go ahead.
You know, it makes me feel so much better. Nobody is dictating I have to wear a seatbelt. Makes me feel better, Tom.
Most wrecks
Let the
happen 2
government
blocks
worry
from your
about
house, by the way.
Thank you for that. Thank you for watching the insurance commercial. Thank you,
What happened to me?
Mr. State Farm. Thank you.
Well, I can testify.
Thank you. Yeah, you could hit a dumpster 2 feet from your home.
Right.
Arizona governor moving to end the Saudi-owned farms and the controversy that's been going on. So what happens in Arizona, Tom? What's been going on for a long time?
Well, a lot's been going on in Arizona.
How about a damn drought? Can you at least give me
I
something?
was getting to that.
So Katie Hobbs, the governor of Arizona, on Monday, saying that her administration would effectively kick the Saudis out of the alfalfa farm business at a critical stretch of state land. They were leasing state land. Firestorm of controversy broke out when somebody informed somebody, hey, you got the Saudis leasing state land and using up all the damn water. Think about Arizona. Drought. Saudis coming in and growing alfalfa and using up all the state's water. That was a problem. That was a big, big, big problem. So it looks like the Saudis are on their way home. They are terminating that lease with the state government. About time somebody does something. About time that somebody looks out for the American people. 8:48, Tom. We'll take a break in a second.
All right. So, when I was thinking about the chief of staff, John Kelly was the longest chief of staff for President Trump, and now he's saying, and I didn't like it when he said that in the interviews, a person that thinks those who defend their country in uniform or are shot down or seriously wounded in combat or spend years being tortured as POWs, John Kelly said, are all suckers. That's what he says that the president said. And another instance, he said a person.
Wait. Hold up. What the hell did you just say?
This is John Kelly commenting on the president. He said, as far as combat, as far as people wounded in combat or spend years being tortured as POWs, are all suckers. That's according to John Kelly. He said that in an interview. And a person that did not want to be seen
Wait, you said something, but the president said something.
Yeah, this is what John Kelly said the president said. Remember, he served as his chief of staff. And he's all on the record on this.
Wow. I just read the text because I'm blown away. So the president, according to John Kelly, said that people that spend years as POWs are a bunch of suckers.
That's what he said, according to John Kelly.
I got to look this up because it doesn't sound like something.
Well, remember, the president had an issue with Kelly for the time he was chief of staff.
But he didn't have an issue with POWs last time I checked. In fact, he was only the only president in modern day that I can remember that gave a damn about our troops.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, John Kelly is lying, but I don't know why he made those statements. But you can look it up, no doubt about it. And by the way, I think that guy dating Taylor Swift needs a swift kick in the butt. That, according to one of his texts. And
he is a tight end. If you kick him in the butt, he's a tight end.
Yeah. And I think Tom may secretly smoke ganga. What's ganga?
Do what?
Ganga.
Wait a second. I think Tom may secretly smoke ganja.
What's that?
I don't know, but
pot.
Oh, is that pot? Okay. I only tried it once. I don't know. And Tom, you're lucky you don't work for me. This one's saying. Because
you make my head hurt this morning.
Well, you would be black and blue from me slapping you every time you said something stupid. Look, I just quoted a story from John Kelly, and I saw it last night. I thought it was kind of curious that I would bring it to the show. Obviously, he has an issue with the president, bad-mouthing him like that. But it's, in my opinion, I don't think it's true. So, did you check it out?
All right. Kelly said, calling Trump a person that thinks those that defend their country in uniform are shot down, seriously wounded in combat, spent years in tortured POW, are all suckers because there's nothing in it for them.
Right.
I have seen Donald Trump respect our men and women that wear that uniform. I'm just not buying this. I'm just not buying it.
Now he goes on to say other things, but yeah, that one stuck out a little bit more than the others.
I'm just not buying
And
it.
he's got a book that's coming out with all this too, by the way.
Oh, of course. And by the way, what president left all our troops for themselves?
Can you say Biden?
Oh, I'm a little confused. All right, Tom, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, of course, basketball player. Oh, my goodness. We got to talk about this story coming up this morning. What the hell's up with Jimmy Butler? We'll talk about the grizzly bear that attacks a couple and their dog, and vaccine mandates begin. And red states are fighting the vaccine mandates. Would Robert F. Kennedy Jr. running for president as an independent hurt Trump or hurt Biden? I've heard different people say different things. I'll dig down into that story and more coming up next. 8:52. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Let's qualify folks for the cash. We'll do that coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial, located 324 West Main in Artesia. Trusted name when it comes to taking care of all your needs when it comes to janitorial. They can clean your office. They can strip your floor, wax your floor. And if you need janitorial supplies, maybe you got somebody in-house that's going to do all the cleaning. You need janitorial supplies, not a problem. They can get all the janitorial supplies to you. They do deliver in Southeast New Mexico. They do commercial, industrial, and all field cleaning. They're hazmat certified, pathogen certified, and the list goes on and on. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869. Go to the website, JankoJanitorial.com. JankoJanitorial.com. 6 minutes away from 9B on the Breakfast Club. Taking a break. Let's qualify folks now.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call now. Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's Electric, serving Carlsbad for over 15 years. Griffin's Electric, bringing you the news. Call Jeremy today, 575-200-8812.
Griffin's Electric, a local contractor in Carlsbad, is looking to hire experienced electricians. Employees will work 40 to 50 hours a week with weekends off, will receive competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, paid time off, and yes, health insurance is available. Please email resumes to griffinsElectric@gmail.com or call 575-200-8812. That's 575-200-8812. Griffin's Electric is a locally sourced business that supports strong family and community values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Governor Grisham's tested positive for COVID again, reportedly for the third time in 13 months. Her office said Monday the Democratic lawmaker testing positive Sunday, but experiencing minimal symptoms and will be working remotely throughout the week. The governor previously tested positive for COVID in August of last year, and last November, it's unclear how she contracted coronavirus, but the governor was in Taiwan last month on a business and trade mission. Handful of national parks and historic sites in New Mexico will offer safe ways to view the annular solar eclipse on October 14th in Albuquerque. The eclipse will start at 9:13 a.m. The peak will happen at about 10:36 when the full size of the moon will cover most of the sun, creating what looks like a ring of fire. The peak will last nearly 5 minutes, and the eclipse will end at 12:09 p.m. The Coronado Historic Site will provide eclipse viewing glasses. There will also be an arts and crafts fair and comedy. Staff will bring visitors on special astronomy-themed tours of the site throughout the day. A Southeast New Mexico district judge has a week to decide if the state's redrawn congressional districts were unconstitutional. Two-day trial was held amid outcry from the Republican Party that the redistricting weakened its influence. The districts were redrawn by the New Mexico legislature, controlled by Democrats in response to population changes in 2020 census, but Republicans allege they were largely blocked out of the process. That's why they sued Democrat leadership, hoping to get a ruling against the maps. The bench trial was held in Lee County District Court in Lovington before 9th Judicial District Judge Fred Van Solen. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Get ready for the 21st annual Jalorama, Saturday, October 21st at Jal Lake Park. Brought to you in part by ConocoPhillips and Devon Energy. Jalorama is a full day of fun featuring a car show where you can see Ray Singer's Nitro Funny Car on display, a chili cook-off, rib challenge. There'll be booths to shop, food booths to grab a bite at, plus enjoy the Jalorama games, and the day ends with a public dance that evening from 7 to 11 p.m. All chili cook-off and rib challenge cooking begins at 8 a.m. with judging and awards that afternoon. Entry fee for car show or cooking challenge is $25 in advance or $30 the day of the show, with proceeds to support local charities. Early registration paid before October 13th gets a free Jalorama t-shirt. For vendor or food booth information, call 575-308-9667. That's 308-9667. Make plans to bring the family to Jal Lake Park, Saturday, October 21st for the 21st annual Jalorama.
Play new Universal Monster Scratchers from the New Mexico Lottery. Scare up all the creepy details at nmlottery.com. Thank you, New Mexico, for helping to raise $1 billion for New Mexico education through lottery ticket sales. More than 144,000 New Mexicans have received a legislative lottery scholarship. Thanks for playing.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday night, October 6th from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, October 7th from 9 to 5, and Sunday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
New Mexico Junior College presents the first ever Fearless Concert Series, benefiting United Way. 3 nights in the fall of 2023, bringing you a live music experience like no other. On October 14th, live at Lee County Banquet Hall, rising country star Will Bannister will perform a concert and dance. This event will benefit the United Way of Lee County. Donate at least $1 per person to gain entry to this concert. Bring your whole family. Limited VIP seating available.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Zia Natural Gas Company odorizes their natural gas with a chemical called mercaptan to give it that distinct rotten egg or sulfur smell to warn us of a potentially hazardous environment. If you detect this smell, leave the area immediately and don't do anything that could create a spark. Once you are a safe distance away, contact Zia Natural Gas Company and report where you smelled natural gas. Stay out of the area until you have been advised it is safe to return. At Zia Natural Gas, your safety is their priority.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
Good morning.
And good morning to you. Another day in paradise. BM, the Breakfast Club. Looks like Bill Maher, real time with Bill Maher, called for Joe Biden to drop out of the 2024 presidential election, which is kind of cute since Bill, back Joe Biden running for president. He said the 80-year-old president, incumbent, is too old to run for president. Even though he liked Ruth Bader Ginsburg back in the day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bill. Yeah. 70-year-old Hulk Hogan married his 45-year-old yoga instructor. Her name is Sky Daly. The Hulkster marrying the younger chick. That's not a big gap, though.
Not really.
He's 70, she's 45. She's a yoga instructor, and she's very flexible from what I gather. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I heard. And the police chief that conducted that raid on that local newspaper in Marion, Kansas, has been fired. And the building in Austria where Adolf Hitler was born in 1889 is being converted into a police station. Imagine that. And Costco, we talked about this yesterday, is starting to sell Gold. Go online to buy Gold bars today. They ship them right to your home. All right, we'll talk about Jimmy Butler coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105.
All right, one more from Tommy in Carlsbad. Says, how many times, Tom, are you told to pre-read the story? You screw everything up. Look, Tom, here's the deal. I read 4 or 5 of yours. I got 8 or 9 ahead of you, buddy. Yeah. So, and I was just being sarcastic on that one. Hey, still taking a collection to send Tommy on a permanent vacation, says the text.
If you got to say that you're being sarcastic, it doesn't have the same effect.
I wanted to read it that way, too, because he's greedy, man. Hey, liberals want Barton to drop out now. Is because they see him trailing in the polls. That's the only reason.
They want who to drop out?
Well, liberals want Barton. This is Mad Dog this morning.
Barton?
Yeah, Birton. Liberals want Barton to drop out now is because they see them trailing in the polls. That's the only reason to see, says Mad Dog this morning. You all right, brother?
Not really. No. Could it be Biden instead of Barton?
Well, he spelled it wrong then. But I'm just reading it the way.
Who the hell's Barton?
I don't know. Mad Dog, send us another text on that, would you?
Thank you for pre-reading. We appreciate it.
And I read this.
Jimmy Butler took on a brand new look at Media Day. What's up with this dude? Is he come out of the closet? Tom?
I saw that picture, B. No, he's just being, silly.
Had his fingers painted, his fingernails painted, and different hairstyle.
He had a hairdo.
Had the kind of curls on the end.
Yeah.
Different. How much money does this guy make in the NBA?
He made approximately $110 million last year.
Wow. Seems like you'd have better style. I'm not judging you, bro.
But you remember, he led the team to the NBA Finals against the Denver Nuggets.
I get it, but grizzly bear attack at the Banff National Park in Alberta Canada. So the bear ate the couple and their dog. Evidently, that bear was very, very hungry. They showed pictures of the bear. He looked very skinny, very, very skinny. But the park in Canada immediately mobilized the Wildlife Human Attack Response Team. I didn't even know they had a response team like that. And they were able to locate the bear about 1 a.m. in the morning. I want to be close to nature. I just don't want to be that close. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that close. COVID-19 vaccination mandates are beginning again. And Texas has declared it that you have the right to say no to the COVID vaccine. So Texas is fighting back to vaccine mandates. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. running as independent in 2024. Does it help Trump or does it help Biden? I've seen both approaches on this, and I actually think that it wouldn't help either. I actually maybe think it would hurt Biden because it is another alternative.
Well, I don't think so.
You don't think
no,
so?
I don't. And I'll tell you why. Because not even the Kennedys, the name, are backing him up on this, especially when he said opposed the vaccine subject.
So what exactly did I just say that you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Don't think so about what?
I don't think he'll beat Biden.
I'm not saying he will beat Biden. What I said was, I think he would hurt Biden. I think the people already know. If they're voting for Trump, they already know they're voting for Trump. I think there's uncertainty on the Democratic side of things. There are a lot of people, according to polls, that are very uncertain on if they're going to vote for Biden or not. So I think he would take votes away. I don't think he's going to hurt Donald Trump. I could be wrong. All right, Jamal Bowman talking to the Capitol Police about the fire alarm that was pulled. But instead of taking the blame himself, like men are supposed to do, hey, I'm wrong, he starts calling Republicans Nazis. Hey, bro, you're the one that pulled the fire alarm. As a middle school teacher, middle school principal, come on now, you did fire drills. You know what that fire alarm is. And you can read. It's right there in English language. So I don't want to hear all this stuff. You were in a hurry. You freaked out, whatever. Just a bunch of BS. Arrest him and be done. You knew exactly what you were doing. You're a radical. Midland Sheriff's Department arrests 2 men for failure to register as sex offenders. They went on to say they're taking this extremely serious. Emilio Fountainberry, 60 years old, and Samuel Bonda, 54 years old, violated their probation. They arrested both of them yesterday. And a new study says a happy life may not be enough to prevent a cognitive decline. So even if you're having a happy life, that might not be enough to cut down on a cognitive decline. I always thought it would be. Troubling that it might not be. And Stevie Nicks gets her own Barbie doll. Stevie Nicks, of course, from Fleetwood Mac, getting her own Barbie doll. And she had dreams of this, Tom. She really had dreams. Didn't she have a song about leather and lace?
Something like that.
She either did or she didn't. But she had dreams.
Oh,
then she said, you can go your
own. She was in chains. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
She was such a hottie when she was young.
Yeah, she was.
I figured they'd come out with a Stevie Nicks doll. I wouldn't think it'd be Barbie size.
It is very, I don't know if you could see it on the camera. Very attractive Barbie. I mean, I'm not in the dolls, but a very attractive Barbie doll. Now, let's go to the expert when it comes to dolls. Tom, what do you think about the picture?
I ain't seen it yet.
Hold on. Try to bring it up. Give me a second. Barbie.
Yeah. Very, very nice. I think they did her right. All right, at number 877-396-W105, Netflix sending out their last DVD rental. You know, we forget that Netflix began as a DVD rental service.
Mm-hmm. The ones outside the convenience stores.
No, that would be Redbox. That would be different.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Netflix had the same concept, except they would ship you 3 movies. Was it a week or a month or whatever?
That's right.
Yeah, they shipped out their last DVD ever. All right, you found Stevie Nicks' Barbie?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's wow for Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, she's looking hot. I mean, for being Barbie. And a Florida man arrested for beating a moviegoer over seats. And by the way, it turned out that the guy was sitting in their seats. 27-year-old Jesse Montes violently beat a 70-year-old man over seats. And he was sitting in their seats. I mean, if you want to get your ass kicked before a movie,
Right.
I don't know. I'd save the money and do it at home. That makes more sense. And then I'm looking to see what the movie was that they went to see. Doesn't say. I hope it wasn't like the Barbie movie. That would have made it really bad. Yeah, I'd have been pissed off that the girlfriend took you to the movies to see Barbie. I'd have been ticked also. All right, good news of the day coming up this morning. Tradio's still to come. Tom on the text, 877-396-W105. Morning show being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They've got ready-mix concrete. No matter what the project is, they've got you covered with ready-mix concrete, affordable prices, great customer service. You can find out more information at chancematerials.com or 575-363-3240. Call them today or go online to find out more information. chancematerials.com, serving Lee, Eddy, Chaves County, and everywhere in between. Plants in Roswell and in Carlsbad. Tom, wrap up text. We'll take a break. It's 9:13.
All right. John Kelly confirmed that Trump called American service members suckers and losers, refused to visit their graves, and that he didn't want to be seen with amputee veterans because it doesn't look good for me. Now,
I am not buying any of this BS.
Well, let me finish this text. John Kelly was the 4-star general, U.S. Marine Corps. He has a lifetime of service. His son, a Marine, was killed in Afghanistan. Don't call him a liar. Look, John Kelly is
I'm calling him a liar.
He's a disgruntled employee, okay? He left that way. Now he's writing a book. So if you're going to write a book, you're not going to put this kind of stuff in there? He made it up. He's a liar.
Look, I judge people by their actions.
Yeah.
I have never seen Donald Trump disrespect a service member.
Especially the Marines. Yep.
I have never seen it. And I appreciate John's service to the country. I'm not buying this story.
It's to sell a book, baby.
His job now is not being a Marine. His job is selling books.
Yep. That's what it is, man. It's about the bag, bro. It's about the bag.
What bag are you talking about?
Everybody
Tom?
says, you take the bag. You take the money. That's the new thing. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, and if I'm turning to somebody for hypnosis, it would be you. Sure.
I started to say, man.
I'm turning to you. For hip phrases, I'm going to you.
After the show, can you work with me on my hip phrases? Because I'm a little out of touch,
Sure,
okay? You been hanging with the kids in the hood?
Yeah,
Building your street
me
cred?
personally, I'm going to you. When it comes to hip stuff, I'm going to you, brother.
Well,
no doubt.
It's referred back to the old days of the mafia. They would go to different businesses and get the bag of money. They were extorting the businesses. Yeah, so he got the bag.
The
That's what they
mob
mean.
extorted businesses, really? I'm blown away. I'm totally blown away. Well, thank you, Tom.
That stuff
Thank
they were doing, it was fire.
Right.
I am totally blown away. All right, 9:15. Let's take a break. Coming right back. Let's qualify folks for we're still early enough. 9:15. Let's qualify folks for the cash. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. They are homegrown and very proud of it. They got everything for the farm or ranch, Western wear, work gear, certified Purina dealer, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Also find them at RoswellLivestock.com. You can find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Let's take a break. We're coming right back. B and the Breakfast Club. Qualifying folks, it's 9:16.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. Governor Grisham's tested positive for COVID again, reportedly for the third time in 13 months. Her office said Monday the Democratic lawmaker testing positive Sunday, but experiencing minimal symptoms and will be working remotely throughout the week. The governor previously tested positive for COVID in August of last year, and last November, it's unclear how she contracted coronavirus, but the governor was in Taiwan last month on a business and trade mission. Handful of national parks and historic sites in New Mexico will offer safe ways to view the annular solar eclipse on October 14th in Albuquerque. The eclipse will start at 9:13 a.m. The peak will happen at about 10:36 when the full size of the moon will cover most of the sun, creating what looks like a ring of fire. The peak will last nearly 5 minutes, and the eclipse will end at 12:09 p.m. The Coronado Historic Site will provide eclipse viewing classes. There will also be an arts and crafts fair and comedy. Staff will bring visitors on special astronomy-themed tours of the site throughout the day. A Southeast New Mexico district judge has a week to decide if the state's redrawn congressional districts were unconstitutional. Two-day trial was held amid outcry from the Republican Party that the redistricting weakened its influence. The districts were redrawn by the New Mexico legislature, controlled by Democrats in response to population changes in 2020 census, but Republicans allege they were largely blocked out of the process. That's why they sued Democrat leadership, hoping to get a ruling against the maps. The bench trial was held in Lee County District Court in Lovington before 9th Judicial District Judge Fred Van Solen. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday night, October 6th from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, October 7th from 9 to 5, and Sunday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies' night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at Steve-O's Kitchen Wednesday through Saturday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal's Shade Western now hiring bartenders, waitresses, security, and office personnel. Call 887-9012 for Cal's Shade Western.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
The Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
And good morning to you, Hunter Biden. Details on his conditions of release as he goes in and pled not guilty after his plea deal fell apart. That according to Fox News this morning. And looks like a church collapsed during a baptismal. I don't know if you saw that story. Russ, did you see that story on Fox News this morning?
Yes,
11 after the church roof collapsed during a communion at a child's baptism. That happened yesterday. And for whatever reason, my computer is not moving. So 50-year-old church had no sign of any defects as it collapsed, killing 11 people in northeast Mexico, leaving 8 adults and 3 kids dead at the 1-year-old's baptism. That happened in Mexico City of Santa Cruz. And Donald Trump back in court today talking about Letitia James. And Letitia James is the lady that said that she was going to get Trump. And evidently, guess what? She's getting Trump. And Vanna White back. So Wheel of Fortune fans outraged over Vanna White's abrupt absence. Now, didn't they give her a big raise?
Yeah, I think they did.
Gave her I think they gave her a huge raise. Pat Sajak is gone, but they kept her and gave her a raise, and now she's not there. Some people are saying she tested positive for COVID. And boy, people take that Wheel of Fortune very serious.
Sure do.
Vanna White's not there. They're very, very upset. Crazy. All right, 877-396-W105, Senate candidate pushing for reparations for white folks. Oh, my goodness. You want to be called a racist? So the Ohio senator, or Ohio Senate candidate, is proposing reparations for descendants of the Civil War soldiers, raised about $4 million in the third quarter. Benny Moreno is vying for the Republican nomination, challenging the Democrat and saying that some families, descendants of the Civil War, white families, should be paid reparations. Oh, you're asking for big trouble now. Very big trouble. And Powerball drawing, which is tomorrow, they say up to $1.2 million. No winner on Monday. Next drawing coming up on Wednesday. Powerball drawing up to $1.2 million. Tom, are you finally going to play?
I'm going to take $3 and play.
I need to figure out how you get a $3 ticket. Well, I guess that would be one ticket with the extra.
That's right.
Powerball, whatever they.
And I did my calculations last night. I was sitting in bed thinking, okay, how do I win this thing?
Can't calculate crap.
I calculated. I got 6 numbers, and those are the ones I'm going with.
So go ahead and give the numbers.
So it's not based on logic. It's just based on my gut.
Oh, that's a surprise. Nothing that comes out of your mouth is based on logic.
No, I'm going to give you my numbers. Are you crazy so you can win? No, thank you.
Tom, I'm nowhere even close for me to be able to play your numbers.
Well, you can get the kids to play for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's his numbers. Awesome. Awesome number. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, our number 877-396-W105. Go to the texts. We're going to get to the good news of the day.
A texter says it's $1 billion, says this one text. And another says...
did I say million? I apologize. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Let me say it another way. A buttload of money.
That's right. That's right. And it is true, this one texter says about Trump. He did disrespect our veterans. That's the truth. Another one says...
Wait. When did he do this? When?
I've never heard him do it.
This is all reference. One comment that he made about John McCain.
About 3 years, 4 years. That's right, about John McCain. You're right.
He made a comment about John McCain that just because he got shot down didn't make him a hero. And his point was making that John McCain, the prisoner, and the fact that he survived the torture and everything, that was great. But just because he got shot down and what he was doing didn't make him a hero. And I thought that was wrong. I didn't like it when he said it.
That's wrong.
Now they
I'll
have
be the first to say.
Right. Now they've extrapolated that into that he dissed all the military men and all this stuff, which is just made up garbage. It's all hinging from that one comment.
Well, this texter says, as a Marine mom, Trump got a lot of respect from our military, unlike that moron that's in office now, says the Texan. And again, John Kelly, hey, he served our country, but, and I truly believe this, B, and you believe it too, he's selling a book. All right? He left disgruntled.
Well, he'll say anything to sell a book.
Right, and he got fired. He left as a disgruntled employee, and now he wants to get paid. So that's the way I see it.
God bless him. Yeah. All right, we got to get to the good news of the day. Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Avenue D in Lovington. He's your Farmers Insurance agent. Can bundle all your policies together. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Rustin Hayes. Give him a call. 575-396-0513. Give him a call today. And proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
Now, here's a crazy coincidence. Couple in Florida just had their third kid last month, and all three of their daughters share the same birthday. Their daughter, Jasmine's born September the 3rd, 2020. Their second daughter, Jessica, was born September 3rd, 2021. And their new baby, Juliet, arrived September the 3rd last month. So those are actually three children in 4 years, all on the same day. And they're all natural births. So that's
they might need to get cable.
104 years ago, a 104-year-old woman in Chicago named Dorothy Hopter just broke the world record. She's the oldest person to ever skydive. And her previous record was held by a 103-year-old woman in Sweden who went skydiving, who was also 103 and blind. Yeah.
Wow.
You ever heard of seeing iDog scream at 15,000 feet?
No.
A 17-year-old girl named Megan Crafty missed her senior homecoming dance to have a brain tumor removed. So the hospital she was in at the Cleveland Clinic threw another homecoming dance just for her and her boyfriend. And the best news is she's done with the rehab. She's doing great. In her hometown threw her a big homecoming parade when she got back last month. There you go. That's your good news stories of the day. I'm sorry, Tom, no cats.
Aw.
By the way, from time to time, I will check out the cartoons on Fox. Great cartoon of the day.
Oh.
Rush, you're a fan.
I got to
of
go
the
down to it because it's one of my favorite things too. Oh, the fire alarm and doorknob thing.
Doorknob and a fire extinguisher.
That's actually earlier in the show when I said that's the new cognitive test for Congress. That's where I stole it. It was from the cartoon. I forgot. Yes, I had seen it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Unbelievable. Cognitive tests. A, doorknob. B, fire alarm. Wow, that's awesome. That guy deserves more money because he always comes out with great cartoons. All right, we got to get out of here. God bless America. God bless you. Friday, wait, I'm way ahead of myself. Wednesday edition of Beyond the Breakfast Club coming up tomorrow. And the weather today, we're calling for rain this afternoon and tonight into tomorrow morning. We got rain all the way through Friday. All right, let's take a break. News this morning being brought to you by Enrique Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Maybe you're thinking ahead. Winter is going to be here shortly. You need to make sure that you get that furnace checked out and maintained. Find out more information about Enrique Rocha and his team at Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. 575-631-1999. Call Rocha Air Conditioning Heating today. I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow morning for a Wednesday edition of Beyond the Breakfast Club. Tradio is up next. Let's get updated with news.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396